Hey everyone!
Hi, friends!
Hola, familia.
Hello and welcome to Valley Talk episode 3. I am so excited to be doing another episode of Valley Talk with, of course, the lovely Let's Play Kay. But tonight we are joined by a very special guest, Steph from All Steph and Games. Hi, Steph.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you so
We're
much
so
for having
excited.
me.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Yes, we're so excited to have Steph here, and bringing Steph on, we of course have a few questions before we can continue.
A baby
Okay.
initiation,
A little rite of passage to the Valley Talk podcast. So first things first, we want to know, who is your favorite villager in the valley right now?
Okay, so
There's only one right answer, by the way. So
There is only one right answer.
there's only one, right? Maui, of course.
Steph. Steph. We talked about this.
Just kidding. It's Stitch. Hello.
That-
But
yeah.
I gotta give an honorable mention to my girl Mirabelle because
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy that we got a little Latino on the valley. I was gonna say that.
Okay, Mirabelle, I understand, but you say Stitch?
Oh, definitely Stitch. Sorry.
I feel betrayed. I
I mean,
at this point.
okay, because like Wally, right? He's so cute, and he hands you the little boot with the plant. But Stitch is out here strumming along with his little guitar. Like that's adorable.
And let's
But
compare
Wally-
houses here.
And yeah,
Oh, okay. So that's what we're gonna do because Wally didn't get the love that he deserved. That's fine. I see what's going on here.
Wally's also
do.
charging
Stitch.
4,000 Moonstones for extra.
You know what?
he said, "You want me in a suit? You're gonna have to pay."
$20. Thank you.
He's an expensive young man with high taste, high
And
quality.
he's like, "And if you
taste."
want to match, you're definitely gonna have to."
Okay, fine. It's fair. I'll give you that. Not all the stitches in chat. Okay, you know what? It's fine.
Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch. Stitch
I
is a baby. Stitch is a baby. He's just
Such
a
a
baby.
baby. Yeah.
So
He's
is
such a
Wally.
Wally is a baby too. Wally is like baby runner up.
I see what's going on. This is mutiny. I see now.
Listen,
Mhm.
if I had to pick like top two, okay, obviously Wally and Stitch.
Yeah.
And then still my girl Mirabelle because I just
Okay.
have to.
Well, you know what? Then that's fine. We can
Yeah.
work past it. We can get past it.
Okay, so least favorite villager.
So
is
least
who?
favorite, I mean, it is Maui. And then like the runner-ups to that is
Yeah.
the little playboys of the valley, the Eric and Kristoff, okay?
Yeah.
Because
bad.
they're useless.
At least Kristoff has a stall. So like when I
Right.
think about Kristoff, I'm like, okay, at least
He actually has a purpose.
has something to do. Eric, garbage.
What
Even his recipes were
Garbage.
garbage, trash.
You know, the only thing that Eric actually does in the valley is date. He actually just dates around. He's always at the restaurant on a
Everybody.
date. He's always on this flute serenading somebody. I mean, that's just all the man does. He has no other purpose but to date everybody
date.
but Ariel.
He's a serial dater.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, second runner up though for your least favorite, who would it be?
I'm trying to think.
Out of the Playboys.
Out of the Playboys,
Yeah.
I think the most useless is Eric and then Kristoff, because Kristoff has a stall, at least.
Yeah.
And he actually gives me iron fairly often, surprisingly. I don't get anything else from, we're not going to mention that Scrooge guy. But
I was gonna say, no hate for Scrooge, no hate for Donald
Scrooge,
Duck.
I love Donald Duck.
Okay.
I know that's like an unpopular opinion, but it's just like everybody is so like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. And it's, good morning to you. And at least he's
Good
just real.
morning
Like, you know
to
what?
you.
Sometimes he's cranky and he's just not having a good day. And that's real. So I love my Donald.
Donald, I feel like Donald I like.
He just gets a bad rap. Maybe his temper lasts a little bit too long. Who doesn't,
maybe a little bit.
It
Maybe
doesn't
just a
even
little bit.
last too long anymore. It's just like It's just random.
It's just random. It is.
All
Yeah,
the
he just
time.
falls out.
Right.
It doesn't matter what's going on. He's just gonna fall out.
Yeah, he's just gonna fall out. It's just, he can't help it. He's a little klutzy. I'm a little klutzy.
So you resonate. Okay, so I see,
resonate.
You see
I
a little
resonate.
bit of yourself in him. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, and last introductory question. What is your favorite thing about Dreamlight Valley?
First, quests. I actually do like the quest, and I know the quest is not for everybody. Some people feel like it's a little fetchy, but I specifically like I specifically like the quest that involve the storyline. So like this last update that we got, it was so like storyline driven. So every task led to like the story continuing. So specifically those quests are my favorite. The ones where it's just like, get this for me, get that for me, okay. But the ones that drive the story, those are fun. Those are fun. I think they did such a good job this last time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I just feel like the writing was just really good. Like I was actually like shocked a couple of times, and I really enjoyed the castle, the part in the castle.
Yes.
Like going through that whole thing was like
that was so good.
I hope that they do more stuff like that where it's more like puzzle questing.
Yes.
Yeah, because it felt like shrines kind of. That's what I was like getting the vibe of from Breath of the Wild. And I was like, oh, I actually have to like figure out what to do here. It wasn't like super easy, but it still was fun to do. So I do like that. And then secondly, I like decorating, obviously.
Yeah.
When Scrooge decides he ever wants to give me something.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Good.
Oh, please.
I can't be like you two, the favorites of the valley.
I don't have a vine wall. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, do you have a tangled table?
I do have a tangled table.
Okay. We know you do.
Okay.
Now the vine wall in my valley, that's
it doesn't exist.
Debatable. Yeah, I don't really know where you guys got that information from. So
oh, you mean that maze that you have like spiraling through your meadow? That one? That's
trying to think. Never happened. Happened.
I will say Steph does not get very good luck with Scrooge.
Thank you. We have the receipt. Somebody clip that.
Steph has more items than both of us.
Can we clip that?
You think so?
I'm pretty sure. Remember we compared numbers? I'm pretty sure Steph ended up having more items overall than both of us.
Okay, but I don't have the good ones.
She just has a bunch of like basic tables.
Basic tables.
Like a white table, black table, blue.
Like every counter you could think of, I could build 30 kitchens on all 27 floors of my house if I wanted to.
Counters and refrigerators.
I'm just going to have kitchens and living rooms for days.
Yeah. Well, you could be like Kay and have 37 floors. And you
that was a very expensive attic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do invite you all to join me in that journey. I would highly recommend. Most of the floors are empty, but it's nice to know that they're there. Very comforting. So if you have the $300K that you're willing to spend, then do it.
I don't think I ever have $300K at one time in my pockets.
You don't
Are we
have
in farming?
20 million
we're not
like everyone else?
Can we
20
just
million?
detour for a
I think
second?
someone in my chat the other day said they had 200 million. I'm like, honestly, they did. I'm like, clearly, I am not playing this game. Somebody won.
Come forward.
Yeah, who said?
Who did it?
I'm trying to remember who it was, but they had 200 million. I said, I am clearly losing in this game, and you won. I don't even know if you can win in this game, but they won.
Yeah.
Won.
I can't imagine having that much money. Like half your valley has to be pumpkins at that point.
Yeah.
Michelle in the chat said 84 million.
Nah.
I need receipts.
We need receipts.
We need a
pop it in Discords. I want to see these coins.
Billy has 27 million.
See, I believe that though.
Bree says I have 20 billion.
Bree is banned.
Yeah.
Bree is banned. This ain't
I wonder
even my
what
stream.
the cap is.
Yeah, how much? You know what? Should we test it?
To see what the cap of how many points you can have?
Kato said absolutely
You
not.
think I'm gonna do all that farming? No.
I'm not doing all that farming.
I know. I
barely farm.
I need
I think I have-
screenshots in the Discord.
Can anybody provide us proof with pictures, please? We need to see. Just says 1 trillion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
I want receipts. How
Why
many?
can
There's
we
not
have
enough
so many-
pumpkins.
Why can we have so many floors in our houses though? I do need to. I just want to know. What
I
are our
don't
thoughts?
know. I don't understand the benefit. I mean, I guess you're gonna have a lot of stuff to decorate. Maybe they want you to have.
I mean, when you look at the items that we have, though, they're mostly interior than they are exterior. We may put them outside, but
Right.
if you look at their actual function, like with all the, again, with all this kitchen stuff and living room stuff, we have sofas for days, beds for days.
Yeah.
So I feel like the intent was for us to decorate more indoors than outdoors, which is also why I think the item count, I don't think they expect it for people to want to decorate as much as they do outdoors.
You know, you might be right about that because I feel like it really didn't start off as like, or I don't know what the plan was, but it didn't really seem like it started off as like a super like decorative type of game. It's like, it seems like we all kind of just fell into it, you know?
Yeah. Because
But I
even
don't
with the
know.
borders, when they released the borders, they were like, oh, we didn't expect that you all would want borders. So I think there were things they just weren't expecting we were going to
True.
be as obsessive over.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah. I mean, you could have an entire themed floor. If
Yeah.
For, you know.
If you wanted to, for every character.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like a completionist goal for me, maybe. Like I could like dedicate every floor to a character, which could be kind of cool. I mean, you'll never see them most of the time, but it'd be cool just to do, just
Just to do it. Just to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need to give us even more. If that's the case, they need to give us even more customization options in the Touch of Magic. So I think it was last podcast
Mhm.
we were talking about Touch of Magic. And was it before the update or after? It was after because we
yeah,
didn't want to
it
talk
was
about
after.
spoilers.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need to add like different variations of rug styles and sizes. And they need to let us customize wallpaper and let us customize
Yes.
more and more stuff so that we can really
Really
make our
creative.
interiors unique.
Yes.
So
If we could decorate wallpapers, that would be such game changer because I have the random stuff. I have like the most random wallpapers, but nothing normal. Like I want basic white,
Basics.
basic blue, basic green, basic like give me my millennial gray, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
give me
Just give me the boring basics.
give me
can
my
create
boring
something
basic
amazing.
stuff and let me do what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same. I feel the exact same way. I feel like it's going to come though. I feel like it was like, you know, the first rollout of it, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of more items that we can customize and, you know, craft and create. I mean, I just don't see why, like, I don't want to say every single item, but like all of the basic items, why all of those won't at some point be able to be customized with the Touch of Magic.
Right.
Tool. Like there just be no reason, you know?
Like, why
And
are
most of
those
all-
even Scrooge things?
Yeah. Like don't
Yeah.
get like a basic counter. Just let me craft it.
Just let me
and
craft it and do
design
it myself.
Yeah.
I would also love like different shapes for the rugs. Like right now we just have that big
Oh
old
my
square
gosh.
one.
It's
Can I
so
get a round one?
big.
Can I get an oval one? Can I get a small
Yeah.
one?
Okay.
Like I want to make a quaint little rug underneath my little side table or something. You
I
know?
mean, also they could really do well with like a size up and a size down tool with a lot of this stuff. Like it would be cool
Yes.
if you just gave us a rug and then allowed
Yeah,
us
bump,
to
bump.
shape
to,
it.
to
Yeah.
bump it up.
To shape it or like, you know, downsize or whatever. Hopefully in the future, that's something they bring out, especially with rugs, because don't get me wrong, I was super happy to see rugs.
Yeah.
But I was like, where's the circle rugs?
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
smaller one? Cause it was just so big, but I guess it's the first iteration. So I'm excited to see what else will, come
Why
to
is
that
it so
tool.
big?
It's so big.
huge. It's huge. It takes up most of a room.
Yeah.
when
I
you put it
people
down.
and most people I feel like, I mean, some people are using it inside in the bigger rooms, but like a lot of people are like using it outside too to try to make, like I used it at the restaurant to make like a wooden floor type of
Yeah.
situation because it's just so big.
Yeah, I used mine as a pond because I obviously I seen it like across social media, people using
So
it like the
cool.
pond thing, which was so cool. So I was inspired and I used it as a whole pond underneath a fountain.
Yeah.
You should not have a rug as big that's
Right.
that big that can fit under a fountain.
I totally agree. But as a pond, it was really, I mean, I don't know how people got that creative with that tool.
That's what I'm saying.
Can we talk about that?
I
how are y'all
cannot
doing that?
make that tool work. Like, it does not make sense.
What do you mean make it work?
Like, okay, the one feature that I want more than anything is to be able to, when I place an icon down, when I place down a motif, I should be able to just duplicate it And I don't mean mirror image it. I mean, I just want another one, the same exact size, so that I can move it around.
So you can move it around.
I have to get another layer and add another one and try to
and add
size it to
another
the same
one.
size.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
The other
I
thing
just
that
give
bothers
up.
me too. It's like have you noticed when you're like moving around, if you haven't like placed it down and exited out of that like character or whatever you've placed down, it moves with the camera. Like it'll move around on whatever you have it positioned on. It's like weird. I'm like, I'd rather it just stay still. So, but it's definitely tedious. I agree. I think that hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people do such amazing things with it. I'm just like, how does your brain work that way? Mine doesn't. Mine is broken.
Just doing little tweaks. If you spend enough time in the tool, you'll like learn what you can do. But I've seen amazing things, which we'll show off some later too. We have some things to look at.
How do you feel about the potential of them adding numbers and letters? Will we ever get numbers and letters in tool?
And
I
the touch
want them
magic
to.
tool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to. Can I make myself a cute little varsity jacket if I want to? Or, you know, with you, Kay, I think you were doing like when you hit certain milestones, you make an outfit.
Yep.
Can you put your 20K on there when that happens soon?
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was hoping for numbers and letters just because, I mean, there are so many different things you can design with putting like numbers and letters on there. So I definitely hope so because I'm always doing my milestones, like you said. So I add in like,
I want to make a varsity jacket for the Lobito pack, right? Have a big old L and have my little Wolfie on there. Like, how cute would that be?
That would be so cute.
It would be so cute. It would be so cute.
Vote for Kato's shirt. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, well, of course, Dreamlight Valley has blessed us with news right before our podcast. It's crazy how that happens every single time.
It's like they know.
They do know. So we're just going to talk about the big one first. I feel like we just jump right into it. Should we address the blobfish in the room, by the way? Or
I think we probably should because something stinks.
I'm honestly jealous out here. Okay. You guys don't even understand. Screens popped open. And I said, Kato, are you in a onesie?
I actually ruined it because here I go. I didn't put mine on immediately. And then I see pink on Kato and I go, oop. And I like jolt out of the camera really quick.
I messaged Kay beforehand and I said, if you don't show up to this call with this outfit on, because we had kind of semi-agreed to wear it tonight. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do if you don't show up. And I'm just in a blobfish outfit. And of course, Kay shows up and is dressed all cute. A little green outfit.
My little outfit. Yeah.
It's the way you keep grabbing the ear fins, Kato. It is sending me every time because she's just like this.
Okay, the question is, should I do a spin around? Should I get
you got to show.
Oh, you got to show off.
You have the wireless headphones on, so you're going to do the full body.
The full body. Right, this is a OOTD. Work.
Beautiful.
Work. And Vogue.
The tail in the back. Just hanging down so low.
It's the tail.
But you could show them.
Why is it down here?
Show them what it does have though. Pockets.
This is the one right here. This is the one. Okay. I'll be in this around my house. Okay. This is where I'll be. Mr. K is gonna, love it. I think
he's gonna love it. I think so. Yeah. He's gonna be so happy.
The tail is literally touching my shins, so it's fine. It's totally fine. I feel great about that. I'm just not sure why. Literally, this is supposed to be an extra small. But here we are.
Wow.
Wait, that's an extra small? For who?
For somebody. For somebody. We have to say though, thank you. Shout out to Claire for gifting us our blobfish costumes.
Of course it was Claire.
Showed up at my door one day. It was great.
Yeah. Like I literally cut open the bag and the face is the first thing you see.
I know, it's like smush.
Oh, so it opens up to the face?
Yeah. And it's, what's it called?
It's like squished down, like
suctioned.
compressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've I think what's most shocking about this is that there actually is a Blobfish like onesie. Like I didn't think that it actually exists, but here we are. So
I want to know like what the designer was thinking. Like, what was your inspiration? Like, I'm gonna make.
Somebody thought this was cute.
Right. You know what's gonna be hot in the streets?
Who else is getting this?
Right.
But my question is, why does the nose lift up? We can put things under here.
Yeah, no idea.
What all can it hold? No, okay, that's too heavy. I got
That's
it.
too
Just
big.
checking. Just checking.
Okay, so
I mean,
I'm about to use this to hold everything. I could hold
as far
baby
as
bee in one arm,
blobfish go,
phone on my head.
it is pretty cute.
It's
Here
pretty
and there
cute.
fish, blobfish,
I
whatever
just
you want
like
to call
doing
them.
this.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I need one.
You do need
We'll
one.
get you
Claire,
Look, I'll add it to my Amazon storefront for you.
Yeah,
or I'm
anybody
gonna get
wants
yelled
to,
at by Jackie to finally start my throne.
here goes prime
Yeah, there you go.
influencer. Yeah. Anybody want a Blobfish costume? You can check our Amazon storefront. It'll be
Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure Claire found them on Amazon for those of you asking
Yes.
in the chat, because I do think there are people interested. So,
And if anyone gets it, you are obligated to post a picture of yourself wearing it in Discord.
yes.
It's
Yes.
It's a contract when you buy.
also
Buy
if
it.
something stinks from now on, it has to be referenced that it's a blobfish. Is anybody smelling a blobfish right now? What's that?
What's that?
Blobfish?
We gotta get blobfish emotes.
Oh my
'Cause
gosh,
those would be
blobfish
That would be
so
so
cute.
so cute.
That'd be so cute.
And then chat can use it to say our opinions stink.
Yep.
Right.
Which they typically do. So,
Yep.
speaking of our opinions stinking,
Yeah.
DreamSnaps was announced. So, if you haven't seen, which I'm sure most of you have seen or heard about it or something, I don't know. Gameloft announced the new feature that's coming to Dreamlight Valley with the update, which they have not given us a date on. I'm assuming
Surprisingly.
it's
It's
on
gonna be
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm
It's
manifesting.
Wednesday.
It
I'm
has to be
manifesting Wednesday.
Wednesday. It has to be the day that the premium shop refreshes. It's the only thing that makes sense. But
Mhm.
it's going to be the DreamSnaps update. And they talked about, they did at first like a little teaser about it. And basically how it's a social media of sorts in the game. You don't have to have any separate social media for this, which I think is great. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are concerned
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
But it says the DreamSnaps update is coming soon, and with it, a brand new way to flex your creativity and earn exciting rewards. Submit a photo in weekly challenges, vote on your favorites, and earn weekly Moonstones and more. This new method of bringing content to the game specifically focuses on a new feature that will continue to receive updates and evolve over the coming months. I think that's important to note. Think of it as a smaller scale treat to tide you over between major content updates. We think DreamSnaps will make your time in the Valley even more rewarding and can't wait to hear what you think. Your feedback will be hugely important as we refine DreamSnaps over the coming updates, so stay tuned for more. Okay, that was the first thing that they announced. So for y'all, what was your initial thought when you read this, when you saw this? What were you thinking?
Steph,
I
you
was
first or me?
excited.
Okay,
I
you
was
go.
excited. Oh no, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say I was excited because
Yeah.
and honestly, any new features that they're gonna bring into the game, I'm gonna be excited for because I love the game. So anything new that they bring, I'm gonna enjoy. And then immediately it reminded me of a feature that's in HHP and Animal Crossing where you're able to see like other people's creations. And I feel like this was or is like the first step towards multiplayer, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to. So it's like my mind just ran to like the future and what the potential of that would be. So that made me excited, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, you know, instead of us just sharing our stuff on Discord with each other, we can actually be able to see other people's creations that maybe we don't have access to because there's people playing this all over the world, you know, so we kind of get more range. So I was
Yeah.
excited. My initial was pure utter excitement.
Yeah. I think for me it was the same. Like when I saw the first announcement that didn't have all the details or anything in it, I was like intrigued. You know, I was like, oh, I think I even commented under their post on Twitter and I was like, you know, I'm really interested to learn more. Like I can't wait. And I think it was really cool that they answered our questions in like a question and answer kind of thread on Twitter. I thought that felt like interactive and cool. And so when they announced that, one, it was going to be in game, two, how many Moonstones that we'd be able to receive just by participating, and three, that it was, that it was going to be like a weekly competition, I'm so excited. Like, I personally cannot really see a downside to this. Looking at it, I just don't see how it could be looked at as a negative at all. Like, one thing I think that felt really important to me was the fact that we've been talking about, we know the prices and everything. We've had conversations about this before, like the prices are high and everything like that. And we've been asking for some type of solution. And I feel like this was their way of letting us know that they hear us and they're trying to initiate some way for us to like get more Moonstones. And on top of that, it seems like a creative and fun way to do it. So I'm just really excited that they've like come up with something that adds another layer to the game, especially if it exists in game. And like you said, Steph, I'm like, I just like the idea that I can log on and connect with other people and see what they're creating in their valleys. Because right now we have no way to do it unless it's like through YouTube or something.
Agree. Yeah, you have to go to kind of a different social media platform to see anything.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I am so excited. So the question and answer format that Kay was talking about, they basically just said they shared the first details about the DreamSnaps update, and they had a lot of questions about it, obviously. And the first one, I think the biggest one, the most important one to point out is who will be able to earn weekly Moonstones. And they said each week, everyone who participates will earn a minimum of 300 Moonstones. This amount can increase depending on your score and placement in that week's challenge. Even better, you can earn 50 more Moonstones per week by voting. So, minimum, if you participate and you vote, you get 350 Moonstones a week. In addition to the Moonstones that you get from logging in every day, if you're someone who does that. So that's a substantial amount. And here is my thought on this. I know that a lot of people are frustrated, were frustrated, everything about the Moonstone situation and kind of like Dreamlight Valley or Gameloft's silence about the Moonstones. But to me, this explains their silence. I mean, I understand I don't want to completely give them a pass on everything because I do feel like if they would have just said something like, hey, we're working on something, or we hear, if they would have even acknowledged hearing everyone, I think maybe that would have helped a little bit. Yeah. But I just feel like this explains it because I think there is some hesitancy there. And maybe even within the company, like, I don't even know how NDAs work or like who's allowed to talk about what or whatever, but they might not be allowed to talk about what's coming or even mention like we're working on something or mention anything about Moonstones because they don't want something to come out about a feature that was very obviously something they were already working on because we've seen this on the graphics for what's coming in the future.
What's coming,
So I just feel like with everything, especially something that's in early access, we need to give them some grace here. Like, I understand that it's a company and you know, they do want to make money. So I get it. But also, like, these are people working on the game, a game that we love, presumably. Like, if you're here listening or if you're someone who comes to the streams, if you're someone who has played the game, I assume that you like it. And then you're not just playing it because you don't like it. So I just feel like that's something to consider when we are getting these updates. And I don't feel like everything is so black and white when it comes to
cut and dry.
Especially
implementing
when it comes to
things,
development of stuff.
fixing things. Like, I know a lot of people are frustrated that they aren't fixing all the bugs. They're doing this. They're working on it. Like, you can't tell me that they're not working to try to fix these things. You don't you think that if they had the fix for all the bugs that they wouldn't implement them immediately? Of course they would. They don't want their game to be broken.
Right.
So they're probably working on it daily and they haven't figured out quite how to do it without like
Mhm.
breaking something else or doing this or so
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think that's something to consider when thinking about everything, because if they had the fix, they would do it. And they have a balancing act right now, right? So
Mhm.
some things they have to take the time to fix it right away. Other things they're kind of like, okay, let's put that on the back burner, but we still have to keep working on these updates
They
to
have to
keep other
prioritize.
people interested, to keep more people getting the game. There's so many things that they're trying to balance.
Yeah.
You can't just snap your fingers and do it all at once. So
Even with this update, I feel like there was
Long ran over.
something they had to like balance, because if you think about it, I think the Dreamscape was intended to come out along with update 5. Like if we really like take a step back and think about it, Vanellope, all this stuff, it was supposed to come out already. So the
Mhm.
fact that it didn't, it shows that okay, maybe things did get pushed back. Maybe things aren't, running on
That's
time
how
the way
I
they
feel.
want it to
Yeah.
be. So
Mhm.
it's like when certain things drop or they're not answering, it's probably because they don't even know,
Yeah.
We-
They're still
if
trying
they
to figure
already
it out.
knew, right? If they already knew that they intended on having something out by a specific time and didn't, they may not want to speak too prematurely and then really get people peeved.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing I just feel like I have to point out is like I think it's important for everyone, especially in this community, like not to self-destruct, right? Because we know that there is some existing frustration, but people in general have a tendency to sometimes like leech on to negativity or onto negative things that like don't really even exist yet, right? So like one thing I noticed when this announcement was announced, like when they released all this information, was that like people were no information. This was before the second tweet with all of the question and answers.
Mhm.
No information, people just automatically going to like worst case scenario, stating all like of the negative things or that they don't like, and it's like we don't even know anything about it. And it's like,
Mm-mm.
it can be like, unfortunately, like kind of like a fun suck, like almost, I hate to say it that way, but it is like, we don't know anything about the feature. They're trying to bring us something new, something exciting, something fun. Like, let's try to give them a chance, because again, there are real people working on this game and like, they're probably looking at this as well. Like these people can't be pleased. So it's like, I always like I try to be mindful and try to be positive about something, especially something new that we don't know about, until they give me a reason to be negative about it. You know what I'm saying? Because just like be mindful that your opinions and the way that you operate, especially online, obviously you can say whatever you want. Everybody's their own person, but like negativity can also feed into other people and like, affect how they feel about a game as well. So it's like, let's give them a chance. Like, and I have to say, like, I'll reiterate this again. Like, I really I don't see a negative in this. Like anybody that's frustrated about this feature or doesn't like something about this feature, like what's the downside? Like I have to know, like, what do you think is really the downside to this? Like we get free Moonstones just for participating. Like
Right.
everybody wants more Moonstones. Everybody needed more Moonstones. So it's like I can only look at it as a positive. And I have been seeing people saying, what is it? The keyword, basically like they're worried that
Popularity contest.
Popularity
contest. That's been a big word lately. I've been
That
seeing a lot of
is
people talking about the popularity
buzzword.
contest.
That is the
Buzzword.
buzzword.
And I have to say, I get the concern, right? And I'm not even going to say that it's not a possibility. It's likely that in the first iteration of this feature, which they said is still in development, is that, people who have the best designs are maybe going to be most likely to get exposure. It's just how sometimes like things like that work, especially when you're going through a voting system. But it's going to take time for them to have to like adjust and learn from, how the system is going to work and how people vote and everything like that. So it may start off that way, but like through feedback and through playing, it should get better. And guys, like, let's not forget at the end of the day, like I have to be blunt and say it, but like, it's a contest. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is a contest. It's not meant for everybody to win. The positive in it is that they didn't say the only person who gets Moonstones is the winner of the contest.
Right.
Right.
Everybody gets Moonstones. Everybody's going to get Moonstones regardless, but it does give everybody an opportunity to participate, to hone their skills in designing if that's something that they want to do. But everybody can't win. Like, no matter if you want to win or whatever, like if you, and honestly, you have to probably, Pete, since we're the ones voting, you have to be mindful, like, is this something your neighbor is going to like or wants to see? Like, you can't just take a picture of your valley or take a picture of whatever the theme is of the contest and think you're going to win. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I
gonna
hate
be
to say-
try harding. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be in
like-
there like we're gonna spend 3 hours making my picture on stream because I want to
I'm
win.
telling you, like,
And the thing is, people also assume you're gonna know whose photo is who. Where did
Right.
they like? I don't know if you guys have checked, but do you have usernames on DDV? I don't have a
No.
I
username,
don't.
so
Mm-mm.
we don't even know if that's going to be possible to know whose video. I mean, whose picture it actually
that they're
is.
liking. Yeah.
So we're assuming it's going to be a popularity contest. No one actually knows yet.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Like,
Let's
no,
just see what happens first.
let's just see what happens. Yeah. And so,
And
that's
then
my
we
thing.
could complain later if that's a thing. But
I get the concern. Like, obviously, they will have to tweak it if every week we see the same people winning over and over. Like,
Right.
obviously, that's going to be a problem. Obviously, it's not going to be fun for anybody. Like, we want people who are doing a good job, obviously, to win, but the same people can't win every single week. So that will obviously have to be
But
something.
I'll
that
be over
changes.
there Scrooge diving into my 350 Moonstones every week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
exactly.
I can tell you right now, as much as I want to win, if I don't ever win and as long as I get my 350 Moonstones every week, I'll be happy.
I'm going to go about my merry little way.
Business.
Okay.
Let me just get my Moonstones, baby. That's what I want. That's what I need.
I'm going to make sure I vote.
Yeah. I saw
I'm going to make sure I post a little something,
a
something.
comment in the chat says from Imbabs, I think people are saying they can tell from people's styles. And here's what I'll say about that. I mentioned this earlier on my stream. I will eat 3 Bean Boozled beans at one time if there's any way with this update for you to search my name, search Console Kato and find my design.
Yes.
There is absolutely no way. The chances, do I think that some of you might potentially see one of my designs one day in the game? Yes. There is absolutely no way you're going to be seeing my design, Kay's design, Steph's design every week, right?
No.
There's just no
There's
way.
no way.
No,
Will
there's
you
no
way.
occasion-
Like,
will you
there-
occasionally see it? Maybe. But do you know how many people are going to be posting submissions
Exactly.
to this?
There are
I think it's going to
thousands
be
and
more of like an
thousands and
explore
thousands.
page where you have things that are it's feeding and you scroll and it'll be maybe like an endless scroll and maybe
Yeah.
not even that endless because at the same time they're trying to put this across all platforms. Certain councils won't be able to handle something like that. So it can't
Yeah.
be that extensive either.
I
So it's
think
but so many designs you'll see at once.
I think the only way people will really be able to recognize it for the most part is if you're in a stream and we're designing something for the challenge on stream. And if you see it there and then obviously see a picture, then you'll be able to just automatically be like, oh, okay, I know that design. I know that's Kato's or I know that's Kay's or Steph's because you were in the stream when we designed it. But like, y'all, we don't even have a search feature for clothes or food. Like,
Right.
let's be honest. I swear to God, if I get this update and there's a search feature for the contest and I can't search for the food items or the item that I just bought from Scrooge's shop first, I'm gonna have a conniption. I'm gonna lose it. Okay.
Right.
Because if you put a search bar anywhere, it better be there first. Okay. 'Cause,
You know?
yeah, like I'm not
Because the
not
death
complaining
scroll
about
on my
that.
mouse just to find that one table.
yeah.
Or
Right.
But what I can say is that another feature about this that I really like, Steph, you kind of mentioned this too, Kato, you too. I really like the fact that since it's going to exist in game, like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have like trouble like knowing what I want to build in my valley. This can almost be used as like a little bit of a social media platform in a sense, like you can go to this tab. We're assuming it might be a tab and see everybody's creations in the valley that could really help you with inspiration. Like, oh, I like this picture. I'm going to use it as, inspiration to build in my valley. Like, I think that that's really cool. I know that's something that I'll use like just as a way to be like, oh my gosh, this looks so cool. I want to build that in my valley. Like, we're going to see so many different builds, so many different things. And also to point out, who said it's just going to be building? Like, I feel like everybody's been talking a lot about, oh, well, I'm not a good builder, so it's not going to be a fair competition for me, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that this is strictly going to be building. Like, I think it's going to be like, take a picture with your favorite Valley member, or, you know, design your best outfit, or design your best furniture. Like, there's so many different types of competitions, and they said it's going to be a weekly challenge. So I have a feeling it's going to be a variety of different types of competitions. And so if you don't win one, you could possibly win another. And again, it's just a really good way to kind of like get used to the new tools. And it just, I don't know, it just makes it fun. For me, it just kind of makes things interesting.
Right.
And then also Game Loft being Game Loft, I can see them like even promoting some of the premium shop stuff. Like, you know, let me see you in the donut, your favorite donut ears or something like that. Because at the same time, part of it is just intertwining everything into one situation. So they do it on Instagram now, where they'll be like, oh, show us your, you know, your room that you put up all the portraits in. And they'll do stuff like that now. So I feel like it's going to be something very reminiscent of that within the Dreamscape situation. And especially since you're getting Moonstones, you probably are going to have more opportunities now to buy premium shop items when maybe you didn't do it before.
Yeah. I mean, what's the math on that? So let's just say that, like, let's assume you're logging in and getting your Moonstones every day. So what's that? At least 400 Moonstones a week. That's on the low side, not assuming you get your chest every single day of the week. 400 Moonstones times 4, that's 1,600 Moonstones. With that, you can buy something from the premium shop. And that's not including the chest that you get every day. And if you save that up, you can obviously buy something else from the premium shop too, without having to purchase anything. So I think that it's like a generous first offer, if I'm being honest. Like, I literally thought maybe like anywhere from like 100 to like 150. Like, I did not think that they were going to say we were getting 350 Moonstones a week.
Agree.
Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
On top of what we already have in the Valley.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, they could have easily just they could have easily made the chests a higher amount of Moonstones. They could have easily just kind of cop out, you know, just give everyone, oh, if you play for a certain period of time, you can get 50 more Moonstones, something like that. I feel like this is such a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Because you're adding content to the game. You're giving people reasons to log in.
In every day.
And it's kind of like up to the player, like on how you want to do this. Like, if you don't want to try and you just want to log in and take a picture and throw it on there, do it. Go get your 350 Moonstones. But if you do really want to try, then you can spend as much time as you want trying to get the perfect picture to put up there. I don't know. I really like it. Yeah. I'm excited.
I do too. I do too.
So I see a good question from Lodi. Says, do you think they will have to pay to enter the weekly challenge? Which
not at all.
No. Yeah, no. I think they would have mentioned that. And that wouldn't make sense either, I don't think, to have to do.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And it looks like Star did the math. So 700 Moonstones per week is basically 2,800 a month. That's enough for a premium item. Yeah. Possibly 2, depending on which ones you choose to get.
Yeah. And not to mention, if you save that up, then you would probably need to save a little bit more, but like within another month, you can get a house skin or something like that.
Right.
And the other thing too, is that I know people were talking about repeats in the premium shop, but like, repeats are a good thing right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why repeats are a good thing is because not everybody is going to be able to buy everything they want the first time it comes around. So it's very relaxed in the sense that if you're not able to get something this month, just keep saving your Moonstones. And when you see it again, you can buy it. Like, it's a great thing. You know what I mean? And like, another thing I want to point out, y'all, is like, let's be honest. If they just gave us Moonstones with no type of like competition, nothing that really makes us work for it, it would be boring. Like, there's no reward in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to remember, like, in games like this, it's very important to, like, you know, really take into consideration that like this game could be very boring if you don't add in different ways to be competitive or, you know, have a challenge. Like, there needs to be a challenge. So this is a great way to add a fun challenge, a fun way to increase your skills, a fun way to interact with other players, all while getting Moonstones. Like, it's very important that it's made, to me, it's very important that it was made into some type of feature in a competition, because again, without it, it's just like, let me just log on and get my Moonstones and then log back off, and
Right.
I'll buy something when it comes around. Like, now buying stuff from the premium shop is going to feel even better because I worked for these Moonstones. Like, I actually did something to get all these Moonstones. So it's like more rewarding that way, if it makes sense.
Right. Well, and that
I
kind
agree.
of makes me think about, I see a lot of people frustrated with the game for different reasons. And
Mhm.
so one of the frustrations I think people have is they feel like they don't have enough to do. That once they've kind of finished the content in the update, they don't have anything
Mhm.
else to do. So now this is kind of solving two problems at once, or at least going in the right direction to helping to solve those problems. They're giving you
Mhm.
something to do every week,
Yep.
and they're compensating you by participating with Moonstones. I still just have a hard time, like you said, seeing the negative in
The
this. And I
negative.
don't mean to be like, Gameloft is not paying me, okay? Like, I
Yeah.
don't mean to be this, like,
Yeah.
They don't even they act like they don't know us.
They're
Actually,
perfect little angels. They can do nothing wrong. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
but you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Yeah.
very hard for me to see any negative about this. And like, I may
Yeah.
log on next week when it drops or whenever it is, and it's the worst thing I've ever done. It's awful.
We'll be talking about it.
And we'll talk about it, and it's trash or whatever. But until I
Yeah.
know the details, I just don't feel like it's worth pooping all over it.
Yeah.
And another thing, like you said, I've seen negativity about the repeats in the premium shop. I saw, and I will say, I think I have mentioned like, oh, it's repeats again,
Yeah.
just
I have
because
to.
I want
have
that,
to.
I want the beach house really bad. But
Where is it?
now I'm pretty sure it's gonna come the day that this releases. I think
Mhm.
it's going to be next week. They're going to drop the beach house. They're going to drop Merlin. They're going to have the update. Like, it's all going to be all at once. I
Very
think that'll
planned out.
make the update feel bigger
Mhm.
if they do it that way.
Mhm.
And I personally was excited for the repeats because the first time the apartment came around, I did not get it.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing like this whole New York City build in my plaza, and I've been saving my little spot for my apartment. And I
Mhm.
got so excited when it popped up. I'm, getting tagged and messaged like, Stephanie, it's here. And it's like, for me, that was exciting. It was exciting to see something come back around that I actually
Yeah.
wanted to eventually get,
Yeah.
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 Well, I
for
love
sure.
saving my Moonstones because I already have everything in the premium shop.
Mhm.
But another one that another one that I saw some people saying is one of the items, I think it's this week, is this shelving unit, right? Which used to be in a
Oh. Mhm.
bundle.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but I think they're selling it for like 1,200 Moonstones or 1,800. I don't remember exactly the price.
The
1,500,
bundle is
something like
being
that.
sold.
No, just the shelf. But
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bundle that used to have a TV and a shelving unit and something else in addition was like 4,800 Moonstones or something. And I think people were upset that the shelf was being sold separately without the bundle. But I kind of like that because what if I only want the shelf and I don't want to spend 4,000 Moonstones on this bundle with this other stuff?
Yeah.
And now this is just the shelf that I wanted.
That you
I kind of
wanted,
hope that they
exactly.
do that with more items, because specifically the bundles that came out this week, I didn't buy them because it's not really my aesthetic. Like, I don't really see myself having a need for it. But again, just like you said, like there are certain things that I see in the bundles where I'm like, ooh, I really like that plant. Or like, for example, the TV. Like if they sold the TV separately, I'd probably get it just because like
Right.
I could use that TV in so many different places. So it's like I can see the positive in breaking it up. Obviously the pricing needs to be right, which that's just a whole nother conversation. But like breaking it up is a positive for people who don't want everything and only want, little things or some of the things. So
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely think that that can be a good thing. At least for me, it's a good thing. Not everybody has to agree with that, but I agree.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
do too.
I guess I just don't know. And I would love to hear from y'all. If you want to go comment, if you're in my Discord or Kay's Discord, and you want to let us know, like, for people who are upset and who still have issues, which I know a lot of people do, what would be the solution? Like, pose a solution for it, because I guess that's what I'm interested in hearing. Like, what would be the better option? And
Yeah.
I feel like it can't be something like don't have a premium shop at all or anything like that, because they have to make their money somehow. And it's going to be a free to play game once it comes out of early access. So that is how they're going to make their money. So that's not really a solution.
A solution. That's not really an option.
And they can't,
Yeah.
they have to balance people paying for Moonstones and then offering free Moonstones. Because if they just give free Moonstones all the time for everything in abundance, they won't make any money because everyone will just play all the time,
Have
right?
everything.
And I think I was talking to both of you earlier about they also have the issue of the quest lines, right? So the Wally quest, which was behind the paywall, 4,000 Moonstones. After playing it, do I think it was worth 4,000 Moonstones? Absolutely not.
No.
I'm glad that I tried it, and I'm glad that I got to experience it. And now in the future for quest lines like that, I will be a lot more hesitant to get them because I don't think it was worth it. But there's a little predicament here if you think about it, because okay, they made this Wally quest, which you didn't get a lot from, right? It wasn't this mind-blowing quest line, right? You spent $20 on it if you got it. Okay. Would people be more mad if they made it this amazing quest line but kept it at the same price point? So you're having to pay $20 to get more story content,
or just a fetch quest,
or just keep it as a fetch quest.
A fetch
right.
quest. Like so for me personally, as someone who did not buy it, I appreciate the fact that it wasn't something that I felt I was missing, because I think that would have made me cranky. Because, like real talk, part of the reason why I didn't is because I'm like, okay, I had just bought, I think like the highest Moonstone package when that had came out. And, like we have lives, we have bills, we have things, I can't, I'm being picky and choosy about what I'm buying and when I'm buying it. So I was like, you know what, let me see if this is actually worth me getting and get the feedback. Everybody was saying, you know what, Steph, is really not that special. So for me, I personally don't feel bad now that I didn't get it, because I'm like, as cute as I would love to see Wally in a suit, Wally is not technically even my favorite character. I would think I would feel some type of way if it was Stitch in a little suit. But with Wally, it didn't bother me that much. If it was something mind blowing and it was like all these great items, then I probably would have felt some type of way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, like for me personally, I can 100% say I would be upset if it was main storyline that was gated by, the Moonstones. I would much rather you gate some quest line with fetch quests that have like cool little outfits or something. And that way I can really pick and choose whether I want to buy it so that I can have that content or pass on it and still have all of the main storyline, for free. Because again, I think it just makes sense that way. Like they can't really do it any other way. Like they have to put just regular. Now, could they make the quest a little bit better? Probably. They could have made them a little bit more fun. It seems like the Wally one was kind of just thrown together. Again, like collecting storybook pages, 20 pages 3 times is like obsessive. I think like it's a bit much. Like if I'm being honest, and guys, this is coming from someone who absolutely loves Wally. Like I had to have that outfit for him because Wally is my favorite character in the game. But like the quest is annoying. Like if I'm being honest, it's not fun. Like by the second time I came back with 20 pages and Wally was like, okay, the book's not finished. Go find 22 more pages. I was like, whoa. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's not fun for me. So
no, thank you.
No, thanks. So like now I know that if this happens again in the future, it's like, I know not to buy it unless I just really want the stuff. I would actually much rather them spend the time just making really great cosmetic items in some type of bundle and just selling that for the character or something like that. Because again, the only thing that would really frustrate me and I think would really impact the game in a negative way is putting main storyline parts behind a paywall. Like that
Right.
that would affect everybody,
Mhm.
obviously. And then you really don't have it. Like if you can't afford it, then you can't progress in the storyline. And if you can, you still have to come out of pocket, money to play the game. So I think like if you think about it like that, it's really not that frustrating because y'all have to remember if you didn't buy the bundle, you're really not missing anything.
Anything. Right.
Anything.
Like
No.
you're
But
missing cool outfits, but you're not getting anything great.
But I guess for me, here's where there's like this disconnect for me, right? And I don't know if it's because I'm coming from the Animal Crossing community where, for the most part, until the 2.0 update, everything was very positive all the time. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess people got upset about updates and stuff. But the disconnect for me is you said your biggest fear is the main storyline being behind a paywall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for a lot of people, that is what they're upset about.
Mm-hmm.
But guess I just don't understand like why people are allowing themselves to get upset about something that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Like
Yes.
the
Right.
day that it is behind a paywall, best believe I will be logging on here. We're going to have a Valley Talk episode and we're going to lose our minds over it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Until that day, maybe I'm just living in unicorn land where everything is happy all the time, but
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to waste my energy obsessing over or getting upset over things that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
so that's where the disconnect is for me because like there's just so much negativity about it. Like, oh, but if this is behind a paywall,
Mm-hmm.
they're really gonna mess up and that's gonna be the worst. But it hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand. I don't understand.
We're just
Like,
we're
like, what am
I get people's concerns. I think I see where people's minds are at, right? Like they look at the whole thing that's happening with Moonstones right now and they're like, oh my God, this is just the beginning. Like this game still has so much more, updates and things coming. So, but again, just like you said, there's really no sense in fabricating something that doesn't exist, right? Like so far, and I've said this on the other podcast, it's like we have to be realistic, guys. Like we really do have to be realistic and look at the game at what we have received this entire time that we've been playing the game. We've had really a couple of hiccups along the way, but in general, in terms of storyline and updates and everything,
They've been solid.
why are we so upset about some of these things? Like, can we be honest? Like the game has been absolutely amazing in terms of all of the free updates that we get, all of the content, all of the storyline, all the quests, all the friendship questing, all of the items that we get from leveling up our friendships with the characters. Like the content has been top tier. Like maybe that's just me. I don't know if people disagree with me or not, but like I really do feel like the content has been top tier and I can be nothing but appreciative over that because they really could just be releasing like mediocre stuff just to keep us going until like they release the full game, but they've really been putting their foot in all of the content that they release. And so it's like they've been doing a really good job. I feel like they deserve credit for doing a really good job. And although there are certain things about the game we don't agree with, like overall, I don't think we have much to worry about. What they've shown us in general is that they listen. Now, they may not have done so good with the Moonstone thing in terms of giving us a response, but overall, like they are listening and they are trying to, help us and make the game better and more enjoyable for everybody. So it's like, I'm just appreciative over that. I look at that and it's just like, I love the game. I log on anytime I play the game, I get the happy vibes and the happy feelings. And again, until the day that they make this game completely unenjoyable or just behind a paywall and we can't do anything without spending money, I'm not going to have a negative outlook on the game. I'm just not.
No,
Well,
at least not until it happens.
Yeah. I'm seeing some different comments that I want to address here in the chat because I do think this is something that kind of deserves a discourse and a back and forth. So someone said, I don't want to keep playing and dedicating time to a game that's going to end up like that. Meaning they don't want to continue to play a game that's going to end up with the content behind a paywall. But I guess just my opinion, and don't get me wrong, like everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So if you feel differently, you do you. But I guess my thing is if it's bringing you joy right now, what what is the negative about doing something that is bringing you joy in the moment, as long as it's, I mean, we're talking about video games here. I'm not talking about anything else, just this video game. It's bringing you joy. Why not play it? Like, I understand if you don't want to, you know, if you don't want to spend money on it, maybe you don't want to support it, but you don't have to at this current time. Everything so far is cosmetic that they've released. And that quest line with Wally is cosmetic. You don't, you're not gaining anything story-wise. So that's my thought on that. And then I think there were some things about like people have been burned in the past by previous games, but I also don't understand that because, again, I guess my thought process is this, and this is coming from me as someone who makes content. Like, if they do something that I don't like, I'll just stop playing it.
Stop playing it.
That'll be
that's kind of where it's at.
You know, like,
especially because at the end of the day, it is a video game. And I think a common thing is we do this to have an escape from the real life, right? Like from reality. Like at the end of the day, in real life, I cannot pick up a building and plop it where I want to put it. So I'm doing something that's bringing me joy. So I'm going to continue to do it and continue as long as it's continuing to bring me joy, I do it. The minute it's no longer giving me joy or it's something that I feel like I'm stressed about, to the point where it's disruptive, I'm just going to move on to something else. And
Let me go ahead, Steph. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, that was it. It's just, like I said, I'm just going to move on to something else. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want everybody to play a game, but if it's upsetting you that much, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And like for me, let me just put a different perspective on it. How many times have we all bought a game that was $30 to $50, played it for a week and never touched it again?
Oh, yeah. How many games have I purchased that I played for 5 minutes?
I have literally like,
oh my gosh,
20 to 30 games that I have not touched because I have my favorites that I play right now. I'm not sitting around saying, oh my God, I spent $30 in a game and I'm never going to play it again. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you bought this game, if you play it, and as much content as we've gotten up to this point, because let's be honest, it is days and days and days and hours and hours and hours of worth of free content. I would be, if tomorrow they gated everything, I dropped the game, I'd say it was the best however many months of my life. I loved it. It was so much fun. It brought me so much joy. It wouldn't take away from the fact that it was so much fun and it brought me so much joy, but I wouldn't play it again. Like, I think that's one thing, like, everybody needs to realize, like, you don't do anything you don't want to do. You know what I mean?
That was the best 220 hours of my life.
Right.
I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, like and you know what, the other point too, and I think we've made this on other streams, and I have another question for you guys, but like, I'm literally curious to know, would you be okay with paying for content for the game, whether it's like certain parts of the next iteration of the chapter 2 or whatever is behind a paywall? Would you be okay paying for it if you know every time you're going to get tons of content, tons of new stuff, a great storyline, and the game's going to be around for years to come because you're paying essentially so that they continue to make content? Like, or would you just rather them have you not pay? And I'm not saying that this is what they're going to do, but like, just playing devil's advocate, like, then they don't put anything behind a paywall. The quests start to suck, essentially. Storyline's not so great anymore. The items that you get are few and far in between. Like, the game loses its quality. I get not everybody can pay for everything, but if I'm speaking from like my own personal standpoint, like, if I know that by paying it, I'm paying for content, I'm supporting them in the fact that they're going to continue to give me really great updates within a reasonable price, I'd be willing. Just because I love the game so much and I would like continue to play it in that sense. But, you know, that's just me. Again, not everybody has to agree with that. Not everybody has to feel the same, but like, you have to realize, like, y'all have talked about Animal Crossing so many times, and I wasn't around for like Animal Crossing, like the hype. Like, I got on it kind of late, and it's a great game, but like, everyone's so sad about Animal Crossing because like, there's just no more updates. Like, it's nothing else is going to happen with that game. It's done until they release a new game. Like, that's the saddest thing. If Pow Pals, and I'd be willing to bet money if I asked you guys right now, would you pay whatever it was, so that you could get extra content in the game, you'd probably say yes. Most people would probably say yes,
Right.
just so that
Absolutely.
the game could be kept alive.
And I also
So-
think of it like Sims, because with Sims, they continue to release packs all the time. And if I'm being honest, some of them aren't always that great, but people pick and choose which packs they want to buy. If anything, I can't tell you how many threads where people vote on their top Sims packs that you should buy and stuff like that, because you're not going to get all of them. So
Yeah.
I kind of look at it in that case. So in that
Mhm.
situation, I probably would, if I know it's going to be good. Whereas with Sims, I kind of wait and see what happens, because it can be hit or miss.
Yeah. And
you
that was
know?
this same thing happens in the sim community, guys. Like there's like all these different expansion packs and kits and things that come out for the game. And I used to, if you guys don't know, I used to like play The Sims. That's like all I used to do. And everybody would get upset. Oh, we don't want this pack. We don't want this content. We don't want this. But it's like, you don't have to buy it. And that's the beautiful thing about it. They're not forcing you to buy it in order to enjoy the game. It's just extra content that you can purchase if it's something that you want, if it's something that you want to see in your game. And if you don't, then you just wait for the next expansion pack and then you can buy that. So it's like, like this structure isn't new. And again, if it's bringing quality, I don't know that I'd be totally off put by paying for content if I know it's going to be really, really amazing. Like, as much fun as I've had in this game, I'd pay another $30 tomorrow if I knew it was going to give me as many hours and as much time and as much fun as in this game that I had the first time I paid $30 or whatever it is that you paid for the game,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it'll be that, but I'm just speaking in terms of like hypotheticals.
Hypothetical. Right.
Yes, yeah.
Like if they did, which I don't think in that sense they will, but again, we don't know. We won't know. And it's just like, let's I miss the early days of where everybody was just so thoroughly excited every time there was like a new update, and where now it's like, it's more so everyone's side-eyeing everything that happens. Like,
Right.
what's their real intent? I don't know.
Wait for
you to just
it's
play the game.
Yeah, it's like waiting for a downfall. And again, and I do want to point out, like, there is a lot of positivity surrounding this new feature. So we're just talking about the controversy around the game because it's good to have different aspects and stuff. There are a lot of people being positive, but there is a lot of, it's almost like this one thing with the Moonstones has really put people in a position where they're just like, we talked about this earlier, but what did we say? If they mess this feature up,
Yes.
I'm logging off the game.
If I log on Wednesday, because it's going to happen on Wednesday, and
We're
this
manifesting.
feature is not good,
We're done.
we're going to have to have emergency Valley Talk episode that night, because we're going to have to talk about it.
Talk. We will organize and talk about it, and I won't be playing the game for 2 weeks because y'all are going to
lose
light
it.
on fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone
I'm
just
avoiding everything. I'm avoiding everything DDV.
spontaneous combustion the second it's not good. I
They're
guess
gonna
I'm
be
just
like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost you 50 Moonstones to participate. I'm logging off. I'm saying, okay, that was you know what? This was really great.
This was really good time.
Or
So
what
what are we
did
playing today, guys? What do you want to play instead? What are we putting on?
what did Steph say earlier? We log on and it doesn't work on the Switch. Like
Oh
they've
my
left
god. Oh my
If we log on
God.
and it crashes the Switch, that's it. We're playing Dinkum or something. I don't know what to tell y'all.
I'm going to Wildflowers. I'm going back to Wildflowers. We're just gonna play straight through. We're just,
Yeah.
We're just-
not gonna stop playing Wildflowers.
Yeah.
That would be so bad.
Let's do a villager
Oh.
hunt. Like we
Oh
are
my
just. I
Mm-mm.
can't.
Ugh.
Like the thought of
So
that
bad.
just brings fear into my soul. Like
It
please
gives me
just let it
actual
work on
anxiety.
Switch. Please let it work on Switch.
If they
Please.
do anything,
Please.
literally, if they do anything, they gotta make sure it works on Switch. Our Switch players need a win. They need a win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm, just please let it. Please.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guys, make sure the day before the update, save to your cloud. Do everything you have to do
we don't know
so
about
it
this
can do
one,
what
y'all.
it needs to. So it can do
Yeah.
what it needs to do, you know?
Okay, here's my final prediction for DreamSnaps, especially with this first iteration.
Mhm.
I think it's literally going to be, I don't even think it's going to be as detailed as y'all think it's going to be, or at least how I think that you're envisioning it.
Okay.
I think you're going to log on you're gonna have the prompt, and you're gonna have the ability to submit. And then once people start submitting, you're literally gonna have like, it's just gonna show you like a set number of photos, like either 2 or 4 or whatever, and you have to pick, okay, which one's your favorite out of these 4? Like you can only pick one. Which one's your favorite? And so then they're gonna take that data, and whichever ones are getting the most. So you pick that one, right? So then they're gonna have that one and another one that was picked out of the 4, and that's gonna go to other players. Like, okay, here's 4 of the ones that were picked. Which one's your favorite? And then they're gonna start to like, okay, which one's
That's a
getting
good
the
idea.
most votes based on this algorithm. But I don't think you're gonna have the ability to like scroll through
Endlessly
and see
scroll.
endless posts. I think
You'd
you're
be
literally
scrolling through
gonna get,
forever.
I just think you're gonna get like the 4, or maybe like every day you log in, you've got 4 to look at, or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Because again, I think if it was to be an endless scroll, and you're probably right, Kato, not every system could support something like that.
Right.
And I just don't think every system could
Yeah,
support
endless scroll is not happening. There's just no way. I don't see them being able to do that. And again, how do you regulate that, right? Like if you have an endless scroll, you probably can't get enough likes on one photo for anybody to be a winner. Like, because
Right.
there's so many people who play the game and so many pictures going to be uploaded. Like, I just don't know how you'd regulate that. So I do think it'll be something like that. I think that there will be a subset. I think there may be more than 4, but I think it will definitely be a controlled group that you'll see. You like a couple of them, and then the next day you log on, there will be more. And the next day you log on, there'll be more. And you'll keep liking them. And somebody also mentioned that, was it you, Kato, or you, Steph, that you may, like by the end of the week, maybe there's like 2 people who have the most likes or something like that. And then you like either one, and we'll see who wins after that. Like maybe they'll like,
Oh,
was that y'all?
interesting.
But like maybe they'll do something like that, like where like towards closer
Like a
to the end
final
of the week,
vote.
you'll have like a final vote on the people who have the most likes on these photos, and maybe it'll be like 2, and then you get to vote on which one of those you like the best, and then that'll be the winner. But I think it's going to be 100% random. Like I think they're just going to literally jumble up everybody's submissions, and you just get what you get, and we see what happens. I'm just curious to know if it's going to be like geographically, or how they're going to find a winner, because I can only imagine how many people are going to be submitting. Like,
Right.
Yeah. And
you know,
how do you think the prizes are going to work as far as Moonstones go? Like, what's your prediction for how many Moonstones will the winner get? And then like, do other people get Moonstones? Like, is there a certain number of votes you get and you get Moonstones, or how
What
is
if you-
that?
Like, is there a second place, third place winner type thing?
I think there's going to be one winner, because they're already giving away enough Moonstones. They're not finna.
Yeah.
They're not giving out second and third place, baby. They said
No.
y'all got one winner a week,
And then
that's
everybody
it.
else gets 3. 300.
Yeah, and so I think wouldn't it be cool if they gave you they gave you the amount of Moonstones for the like corresponding the number of likes you got on the photo?
That would be
how-
amazing.
That would be
How crazy
insane.
How crazy would I would be advocating.
Vote for
Right?
Kato.
Oh,
Vote for Kato. Vote for
Vote
Kato.
Vote for Kay. Like that would be awesome, but honestly, they might just double it. Maybe if you can win like 350 just by participating, then the winner will get an extra 350 or something like that. I think that it has to be significant in order for them to really entice people to win.
Want to do it?
Want to win.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be like, okay, what's the lowest pack of Moonstones that you can get? 4,000? 5,000?
I think so, because it's like what, $4 or something like that for the lowest pack.
I think you're gonna win like that, like 5,000 Moonstones. I think the winner
I
will get
think
5,000.
I think that's totally
Yeah.
I think that could be. I think that's. Hey, I'd be working my ass off.
I know, I would too.
I would be in there designing every day.
I'm gonna become a pro at that such a magic tool.
Oh, is it
Man,
1,200? They're saying 1,200 for
It's
$5.
$1,200?
I think it'll be more than that. I think it's gonna be like
think, yeah.
5,000
I think it's gonna be more.
to win.
I don't know.
To
I don't
win
know if
out of
it's gonna-
all of those submissions.
I don't know if it's going to be that high, because remember, this is weekly.
True.
This is not
Ah,
monthly. So weekly, they're not trying to dish out 1,200 moonstones a week.
I think they'll double it. I think it'll be at least like I think
600.
it'll be
600?
I am not
No,
try
I think
harding for
that's too
600.
low.
if it's weekly though. Maybe okay. So you don't. Maybe
But you're not
they'll
going to
do-
win weekly. It's not like one person's going to win every week.
Yeah, you're right. It has to
Yeah.
be significant for the person that.
So I'm
wins.
thinking 12. I'm thinking between like 1,200 and 3,000 is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with 5,000 just to be a contrarian, but
Somebody said I think it's going to be organized in tiers. So instead of individual winners, I think it'll be groups, maybe like 10% increments or something. So like, what if there are more than one winner each week, depending on your like where you're located in the world?
okay, then it's going to be a lot lower.
Then it's gonna if it's gonna be more than one winner, then if it's like the top 5% or something like that, then
Okay,
it's gonna be
I
like
will-
500.
I will
500.
even more try hard if it's more than one winner. Because I'll be like, okay, I've got a chance if I make
I got a
this
real
good.
chance at this.
I don't know. Me and Kay are 15 minutes away, so me and Kay is gonna be at battles
What's going to be actually
for our
hilarious?
region.
What's going to be funny is that both of you guys are going to win like every single week, and the community is going to hate y'all.
How could you hate this face?
We're gonna get canceled. See,
This
I don't
is gonna-
have one. They're gonna hate me.
This will be my face when I don't win.
They're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me. Confirmed.
Every week that I don't win, I'm going to post a picture of this blobfish and say, something stinking. This competition is rigged. It's stinking up my
rigged.
valley.
Oh my gosh.
Side note, I just have to know that internally, I am, what's his name from your Dinkum roleplay that is just like, yeah, what do you say?
Oh, Blaine. Out of
It's
town,
halfway.
Tony.
Out of town,
Out of town,
Tony.
Tony.
Out of town, Tony. That's literally my internal dialogue all day, every day.
It's rigged. This is rigged. This is
rigged.
bogus. This is
Something's-
bogus.
Something stinking
That
up
is
my
so
valley.
funny. Well, okay. Is there anything else y'all want to mention about the DreamSnaps?
Oh man, I think
That's
there
it.
was something and I totally forgot. But I don't think so. I think I've covered
Mhm.
everything.
Okay.
No, I just think it's going to be a good benefit, especially because when the game goes live, the
Yeah.
updates inevitably are going to slow down, whether we want to admit to that right now and not to get everybody hot under the collar. But it is going to be something, So I think we're going to need something in between, and I think it's a good
Yeah.
step in the right direction.
I definitely think so. And I think it'll be, I think because they say it's something that they're rolling out, but it's going to continue to develop and get better. I think that we could really see this grow into something really cool. And I just have to say that it's likely, Teddy just said it. I was just thinking about that. It's likely that we'll get a new camera mode, especially if they're asking for us to take pictures of our valley where we can remove
Yes.
our
Please.
character. And when I tell
Please,
y'all
please,
the pictures are
please,
gonna go crazy, I'm a picture queen in Dreamlight Valley. If I can remove my character to take pictures of the environment, that's the one. That will, I don't care. I don't even care about the Moonstones. If the new feature just brings the fact that I can remove my character in my pictures, oh, we're good to go.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
That's enough for
We're good to
me.
go.
I don't think this feature will come with this update. I don't think a new camera mode will, because what I think is the first one's going to be like a touch of magic.
Yeah.
Like do a touch of
Mhm.
magic on your character. They've been trying to push the touch of magic.
Mhm.
I think it'll be a lot of that and less like design in your valley. Because I do think they also have to consider what does everyone have access to,
Yep.
and how can we include the most amount of people. So
Mhm.
just designing something with touch of magic, everyone has access to that, right? I
Yep.
think they'll do a lot of like interior stuff and even
Mhm.
interior using touch of magic as
Mhm.
opposed to exterior, because I do think the exterior poses a problem for people who've already decorated their valley, for
Yeah.
Switch users who don't have the same item limit. I think that could cause a problem.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a lot of that. Do I think they'll never do outside stuff? No, I think they will eventually do it.
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
think early on, I think
They'll
it'll
start
be
off a little slow.
A little
Mhm.
slow, especially because they want to appeal even to the day one or week
Mhm.
one or even month one users who maybe don't even have all the biomes open yet.
Right.
Yeah, that is something that they're going to have to,
You
because
know?
again, if you're just starting the game, you're not going to have any items to decorate with. You're
No.
not really able to decorate anywhere because of the state of the valley. So yeah, you're probably right. It's going to probably start off kind of slow.
Yeah. Natalie said, are
Yeah.
we going to get a phone? We do have a phone already to take photos. So I think they'll just
Yeah.
integrate it into that somehow.
Yeah.
I think like as far as the thing itself, I think it'll just be a tab on our little
Yeah,
interface.
On a thingy.
Yeah.
It would be cool though if they made it some button that you click when you pull out your phone and it loads up the
And it
app. Like
loads,
the
right.
your
That
character
would
looks
be
at your phone and
cute.
it like takes you into the
Mhm.
mode to see. That would be really, really cool, I think.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
before we move on to the next thing, I do want to go through some super chats and stuff like that. Christian, thank you so
yay.
much for the gifted membership. Anna,
Aw.
thank you for the super chat. Anna said so excited. Ainsley,
Anna.
thank you for the 1 month. Can't wait to hear about the update. Myrna, 17 months. Happy podcast day. Marla, 11 months. I have a Blobfish Build-A-Bear, so I need to match him. Where did you get it?
Aw.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Vet with the super chat, Kato, K, and Steph, my 3 favorite content creators. So sweet, Vet.
Vet. Aw.
You're so sweet, Vet.
Darth, thank you for renewing your membership. Ross, thank you for the 2 months. And Teddy, thank you for the 17 months. Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
guys so
Let's
much.
go, guys.
So
Let's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
go.
Thank you so much for the support on the podcast, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank y'all.
Yes. Okay. Any chapter 2 speculations that y'all have? So we ended chapter 1. I will say,
Yes.
just a little warning, I don't know how in depth we're going to get about chapter 1 or act 1 or whatever they called it.
Mhm.
If you want 0 spoilers at all, this is your spoiler warning moment,
Yeah.
because I do think we're going to talk about the little teaser at the
Little
end,
teaser.
probably.
Yeah.
So just heads up, spoiler warning. Now's your
Spoiler.
time to pause this, go finish, and then come back and watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So we all finished, right?
Yes.
And there was a little
yes.
teaser at the end. I think we talked about this last episode too.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
I
I
literally
lost
freaked
it.
out. I lost it because I genuinely, and I have the receipts, called it before I finished it. So someone had asked me in chat, like, if there's any like OG princess that you can bring into the island, to the valley, who would it be? And I said, I would love Aladdin, because can we imagine or I wanted Jasmine specifically. I'm like, because if Aladdin comes, can you imagine the items we would get with that?
Oh my
And
gosh.
literally, when I seen Jafar, I lost my mind. I lost my mind.
My jaw dropped.
Yes. I was like, let's go.
I'm
Let's
so
go.
excited about that.
I
like
am so
the
excited
things
about
that
that.
you would get in your friendship leveling with Jasmine.
That's what's going through my brain.
Yeah.
So we definitely know it's going to be Aladdin in some sorts.
Mhm.
The question is, do they expand? Because we asked this and I'd love to know your thoughts. Do they expand in the current biomes that we have, or do we in some way travel to another? Because again, Merlin mentioned at the end there that there are other islands and other worlds, kind of essentially, like there was a hint to that. There were these like, and we saw it in the picture that there was another 4 blocks, which would be like 4 biomes in my mind, but it looked like it might have been another little island. Do you think it's going to be separate from the valley that we're in now and someplace new, or you think it's going to be added in the valley?
I think we're going to have to travel just because the Switch will blow up if we add anything else.
I think it's gonna be somewhere where we have to travel, because the Switch needs a loading screen. It needs a loading screen. It needs a break. It needs a timeout in between.
Yeah.
So I feel like just to give it a second to like, get its life together, think about it first.
Yeah.
We'll have to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look,
And I don't mind that.
I am a lover of the Switch, okay?
Are you? I couldn't tell. I had no idea.
I really, 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 really love the Switch, okay? Like
I'm
it's a
still not seeing
great
it.
it's a
This
great
is actually a flex.
it's a
This is-
great
still not
a
seeing
great
it.
system, okay? But there
Do
are
you?
some
Is there another one that
things-
you have around there somewhere that you could add to the collection of 4 or 5 that you?
Can I borrow? Can I borrow a Switch? Imagine.
I'll just stop by and grab one of those. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Yeah.
But there are just some things that it's really having trouble handling, okay? and this game is one of them. And
Yeah.
I was talking to Kay and Steph earlier today while we were setting this up, and Steph brought up the best comparison, the best point about the struggles of the Switch. And because I've seen when we talk about this, I know that people get upset about it, and I just don't want people to think that I'm like a Switch hater. Like, y'all know that I'm not, right? But I feel like I'm a realist when it comes to what the Switch can handle. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people immediately are like, oh, well, the Switch can handle Tears of the Kingdom. Why can't it handle this game? Well, that
Mhm.
game was created and optimized only for the Switch. They
Mhm.
took 5 years, was it, to make that game, okay? They're not investing the same amount of money and time into Dreamlight Valley on the Switch, okay?
Yeah.
So I was talking to Kay and Steph earlier, and Steph was like, well, Minecraft on Switch. Minecraft on Switch is not the same as Minecraft on PC and other systems. It's
They
just
literally
not.
have a different edition for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And I just
Mhm.
thought that was the best comparison of any of games, because I had always tried to figure something out. And it's been like that for every Nintendo console, right?
Mhm.
Like the Wii, for example. Like they had Call of Duty on the Wii, but if
Yeah.
you got Call of Duty on the Wii, you were not getting the same experience as if you got it on Xbox or PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Mhm.
not.
Yep.
It's just not.
Yep.
And
Even sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt because I was just about to mention another game that just popped into my head. Even with not obviously this is more of a sport game, but with 2K. And the only reason why I know this is because Mr. Steph plays it. And he had it for Switch first. And literally there's parts of the game that he couldn't access until he got it for Xbox. They limit like what you can do in the Switch format than what you can do when you have it on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, because of what the Switch can't handle.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So all of that to say, I do think there will be a loading screen because I don't think the Switch can handle it.
Yeah.
It's
So-
the ears.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree. And I think people are asking some good questions. Ken said this is back to the traveling in the biomes and stuff. Ken says just going to be a bummer if each set of NPCs are limited to their own island. It'll be interesting to know whether we can like choose who we want in the valley. Like maybe they won't be limited to the other biomes. Maybe we'll be able to set their player houses in our biomes and like move people around, ma'am. Is that a mini
Kato, you
banana?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Don't do that. What is that? Is that what I think it is? That's not a mini banana. Did you
That's
buy
a baby
that?
banana.
Is that
Yeah,
new?
I bought it. Yeah, of course. I found it. Do you like it?
This
Do you want
is
me to-
actually crazy.
Do you want me to bring you one?
No,
You sure?
absolutely not. Nope. Yep.
I think you
That-
should. Look how cute it is.
Look at
though.
that.
Ew.
I don't even like bananas, and it's adorable.
That is so
You,
cute.
this is really what we're doing today. I just like how you just pulled that out of nowhere.
You know you want one.
You're gonna just place it in the back where I can see it. Wow.
It's
Okay,
me
well,
and
you know what,
you.
should I put on my banana onesie now? It's back here in the back at this point.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay,
that's.
yeah,
I mean, it is
sorry.
cute. I'll give you that. It's cute.
It is cute.
But yeah. So they say maybe we need a super quick loading screen. I feel like the loading screens have been pretty quick lately. Like
Mhm.
like when we go on the
Well-
boat, we travel. It's pretty quick, right?
Those are the furniture mode loading screen is the one that's a little sus.
A
A
little-
little slow. Yeah, a
little-
little slow. I feel like it'll probably be quick. Everybody hates slow loading screens. I hope it's not a loading screen that's actually like a pause. You have like a theme. You wait for like a
Right.
loading bar.
A
You
little-
know what I mean?
little
Like I
loading
hope
bar,
it's
yeah.
like it
It'll
just
be
goes
like
black
the
and then-
like when you fast travel is how I
yes,
picture it.
or when you go into your house.
When you
Yeah.
it's just like bam,
Mhm.
bam, yeah.
And then I think that was all of them. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay, that's what all the interesting points that I made. I do think that we'll be traveling. I'm hopeful that we can at some point pick and choose who we have in our main valleys.
Mhm.
So you know what I mean? Like I really hope that like if Aladdin comes or whatever, like we don't have to travel to that biome to always see them if we want to have them
Yeah.
in the main valley. So by placing down their character houses or player houses, once the main quest line for them is done, that they will appear in the main valley. But I don't know. It really depends on how they do it, you know?
Yeah.
Can I
Agree.
send Maui to the desert if we get a desert biome? I just
I'm
want to
gonna-
send Maui like far,
Wait.
far away. Don't give us the option to send them back to the realm. He
Well-
has a one-way ticket. He does not get to pass go. He does not get to collect 200.
He's
He
going
is-
somewhere. He's out of there. He's
He
out of
gets
there.
to go.
Well, I was putting
Sorry.
him and Ariel in the middle of the water today.
Oh yeah. That's what I did.
You did do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put
That's
them right out in the
nice.
middle of those.
Felt really good.
Maui will literally, he's got to go. I'm sorry. And you know what? And it's not just Maui. If what's his name, Ralph comes and he's just as big and bulky and always in the way, he'll have to go too. You're going to have
Yeah.
to get on out of here. Sorry. Go.
It's
Thank
the
you.
pounding on the chest for me that really that really triggers me. with Maui.
I'm trying to think. Is
It's
there
the
any? Is there any large character that you would like to see?
Baymax.
Aw, Baymax. He'd be so fluffy and
He'll
cute.
be so
walking
fluffy
around.
and cute.
I would
See that I
welcome
wouldn't
Baymax.
mind.
And you know what? I feel like Baymax
Oh,
would stay on the way.
Sully. Sully
Like, he
from
kinda
Monsters
just-
Inc. would be cute too.
Oh, Sully would be
yeah.
cute too.
Fluffy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
Not cute.
Beast. What do you think about Beast?
I feel like Beast will start to get annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beast would get it.
Because what is he gonna do? Is he gonna growl or something?
You know, honestly, big characters are welcome, but just stay out of the way.
Right.
Don't come near me. Just go far away where I can see you and your big self out in the middle of the
Out
meadow
over there.
somewhere. But don't be hanging around the store all day. Don't be on the stairs. Just get out of the way.
Right. Don't sit there when I'm trying to decorate and you want to sit here and pound your chest in front of me and I'm just trying to get to my bench. Like I
Yeah.
need you out more.
Yeah. Yeah. Now here's a question though. With the update, do we think it's going to be another villain? Because they did hit that it's going to be the villain of Aladdin. Do we think that Jasmine is going to come? Do we think it's just going to be the villain? What do we think? Or do you think it'll be everybody?
I think 100% Jafar is coming because
Jafar's definitely
we've
coming, yeah.
seen him.
But to bring
Um,
Jafar and not Jasmine.
But they haven't
And not
really
Aladdin?
brought.
That would be
Okay,
weird.
I'm not going to say that statement. They've been picky about the princesses that they're bringing
That's
for
true,
whatever
too.
reason. Because last
Yeah,
time,
why-
last time I think I said they didn't have any
Because we
princesses,
still don't have Rapunzel.
and everyone lost it.
Yeah,
But
like I'm surprised Cinderella's not here. I'm surprised
I
that Belle has taken as long as she has to appear. I wonder what the wait is for the princesses. I really do wonder about that.
yeah, I think there's going to be like a big princess update. Like here's
You know-
all of them.
You
Right.
know what though? If I'm being honest, if they want some people to spend some money, why are they not putting these gowns in the
Right.
premium shop? Like if y'all are designing the same gowns as the Cinderella gown you get for the ultimate edition of the game,
Yeah,
you're talking about people spending Moonstones?
yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hello.
I want Jasmine's little outfit.
Oh, that would be
Oh, yeah.
so cute.
Imagine.
Oh my gosh, yes.
How cute.
Yeah.
How cute. Or Princess Tiana's dress.
Yeah.
And
I need Princess Tiana.
even some of the classics like
Mhm.
Cinderella and Snow
Mhm.
White. And, you know,
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Cupcake says maybe we'll get Aladdin first, and the end of Act 2, it'll be where we defeat Jafar to unlock Jasmine. You think Jasmine's gonna be
Oh.
trapped in the glass thing?
the
I-
glass thingy.
I think that
that would be
actually
cute. That actually makes sense.
Perfect sense because they hinted at the glass thingy in the
What are those
roadmap. It
things
was
called again?
Time. It's a
I know-
sand.
I want to call it a time turn.
How many,
I
how
know
many,
it's
how
not
many
that.
brains does it
Hourglass.
take to figure
Thank
that
you.
out?
Hourglass.
Hourglass. It's an
There we
hourglass.
go.
There we are. We're here now.
Cece
We're here
saved
now.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the hourglass. I think that would make sense storyline wise for sure.
Yeah.
Instead
Time
of time
sand.
A time.
Look,
Yeah, it's
Blobfish can only do so much, okay? We don't know.
Yeah, but I'm very curious. I think that makes perfect sense for a storyline, though. Kind of like how they did with Eric. Like Ariel came, we had Ursula, then Ariel, and then
And we had to
unlocked
save Eric.
Eric's
Yeah.
little.
Honestly, Eric should have stayed where he was. Ariel, he ain't for you right now.
Yeah.
Man, if you know what they can do, in Act 2, in Chapter 2, they can update these characters to actually hang out with their significant others. Okay.
True.
If I don't see Eric and Kristoff walking with their ladies, holding hands or something, taking a little stroll through the valley, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, they're at the restaurant with don't get me started again. We'll get right back into it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's exciting. What else did they mention? And what are your thoughts about the theme of the storyline? I'm definitely curious because I know that there are kind of like mixed reviews about the end of chapter 1 and the storyline being a little bit more on an emotional side. How did you feel about it, Steph?
I felt like it was relatable because
Yeah.
at the same time, what I think gets forgotten sometimes is that look at the age.
Forgot it.
Is look at the age range that the game is for too. I mean, yes, clearly it seems to be like there's more adults that play it because we're going to be the ones to spend the coin. But at the same time, I feel like it was a theme that can be related from early teen to grown adult. You know, at one point we felt forgotten or overlooked or feel like you're always having to do everything for everybody and no one really checks in to see how you're doing. Like, name a time that you've never felt that way. So I feel like having a theme that was relatable and I really feel was on the nose for Disney anyway, because Disney in general, when you really look at a storyline and really take it apart, Disney is kind of dark.
Yeah.
Name one parent that makes it.
Right.
Can I tell you something?
The mothers.
I feel like the mothers just don't exist for anybody.
Have y'all watched Tarzan recently?
Yeah. Awful.
I turned on Tarzan for Baby B and realized I got to turn that right back off. I had to turn it right back off. I said, this is not a kid's movie.
It's really dark.
It was really so dark. I said, what is happening? What is that? And I just have to say that I had no idea with Frozen that their parents were on the shipwreck. I just realized that recently watching the movie back. I didn't realize that their parents,
This is what I'm saying.
I was shocked. I know it's so bad, but I was literally like, oh, I'm literally sitting here watching it in tears the other day because I'm like, oh my God, when did this happen?
Finding Nemo.
Oh, so bad. Tears. Yeah. It's always in the first 5
and it's
minutes.
always within the first 5 to 10 minutes they punch you right in the chest. That's somebody's
somebody's getting off.
That's really like on brand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So at least in this case, no one's gone. And like the whole story is that you kind of lost your childhood a little bit because you had to grow up. So that's what you quote unquote lost. But it also reminds you that it's not lost because look at it. A bunch of adults are sitting here playing a video game. So
now here's
I just think it was very relatable.
I think it was relatable too. And I think that the difference in emotion is good. It's not always happy and, jittery and stuff. Like it has different sides to it, which I think keeps things interesting. What do you think is going to happen though? Like, cause here's where I just draw a complete blank. What's going to happen with the forgetting? Like our whole purpose right now is like clearing the night thorns and restoring the valley and bringing people back. So it's like, do we think that the night thorns are going to just go away eventually? Like I still have night thorns. Yeah.
Our logo has night thorns on it.
And then it's going to have to stay.
It'll have to stay because it's still reminiscent of the start of everything.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll find some other reason, like why the forgotten, like something else happens.
Something happens. But do you think the main biome will eventually it will never grow night thorns? Because I think for me, I'd like to get a place where like with our main, valleys is that eventually you won't be cleaning night thorns up, but maybe in other areas it's like, a thing. But I think it would be cool eventually that, you run around your valley and you don't have to clear up night thorns anymore. But then it's just kind of like, what's the next? I'm curious. I'm just so curious. My mind draws a complete blank on like, what's the next mission?
Yeah.
I'm
not very creative when it comes to stuff like that. I literally live in La La Land in my head until something's in front of me and then that's what it is.
Yeah. That's
That's what,
literally
like,
me.
with for example, I have a hard time too, like, I don't want to say relating to stuff because, like, I get it. I get that
Yeah.
things are relatable or they're not, but
Mhm.
I'm not very good about, like, putting myself in to things. So, like, when
Yeah.
I'm playing the game, it's like, okay, the character I tried to make look like me, but I have no
It's not really you.
connection
Yeah.
to it.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm just reading the story as if it's just a story, like a book that
Yeah.
I'm reading, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, because I saw some people had a hard time with it because they very much do like equate
Embody.
or
Mhm.
embody the character in the game. And I've just never
Yeah.
been like that. Like, I try to make it
You're
look
just
like me
playing.
so I could take cute pictures and then that's that. But I'm not.
Yeah. I think I'm in between. I think I'm just an emotional person. So like when something sad is happening, like I literally started crying on the Mickey and Minnie quest. I'm like, when she's like, she fades away in front of him. I'm like, oh my God, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen. So I'm like tearing up on stream. But like I didn't like really, I resonated in a sense, but not like fully, I guess. Like I just resonated in a sense of like I've experienced those things before. So I know how the character was feeling. But
Right.
I'm kind of like in the middle, I think.
Yeah.
I take it like
Um,
reading a book because then when I read a book, even if it's not something I personally relate to, it's a story. So
Yeah.
they still got to make the story interesting. Because if it would have just been like just happy go lucky the entire time, I feel like it would have been like that's what we were working towards this entire time
Yeah.
was for something light and fluffy,
Yeah.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Agree.
It's interesting. I think it was a really nice touch. And again, we talked a bit about like the last quest line and how we like moved through the castle and everything. I'm just really hoping moving forward we get to see, like, don't get me wrong, the potato quest and stuff is fun, but like there's literally no way without looking up a video or
gonna put that.
hacking the code of the game to figure out how to find
Right.
those potatoes. Like, so I was happy to see that the quests, like it was difficult and you had to use your like brain and like solve puzzles and stuff. I hope that we get to see more of that. And again, the potato stuff is fun, but
But it
like
needs to like guide
I
you.
need a hint. Yeah, I need something that
Yeah.
tells me where to go, what to do. Like even the last in the very last part after we, talk to Merlin at the final part where, we all come together and take a picture. When you had to
Oh,
place
yeah.
your
When I wasn't in it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
sorry
About that. That's
that was a cute picture.
Yeah.
But like, like the pillars, doing the pillars was fun because you had the little
Yeah.
hints in the sand and you actually had to, like, I had to think. I don't know if I was just a little, off that day, but I was like, okay, what are these symbols? And then I realized, okay, it's probably pillars. And so you had to put them in the right places and it did like a whole thing. I feel like that's really fun. Like it makes things interesting and it's a good like little puzzle for your brain. So I really enjoy that. I hope to see more and more and more.
I guess I just wonder, like, I don't know how to word this without sounding, I don't mean this in a negative way,
Mm-hmm.
but I wonder how being a content creator or even just being like really involved in the community,
Mm-hmm.
while it's obviously such a positive experience most of the time, I wonder how sometimes it will like negatively impact your gameplay experience as far as immediately finding everything out. Immediately, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like instantly spoilers, instantly guiding through things.
It's so
instantly, you know what I
frustrating.
mean? Like, so I
Yeah.
just wonder,
Yeah.
like, if
Yeah,
I
I
was
can
at
see that.
home playing this on my own, would I have ever stumbled upon a potato? Or because I was stumbling upon the little purple pieces, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
maybe
that
I'll,
I was.
maybe I'll get to
Yeah.
figure something out. Like that, I liked. Would I have ever gotten to that point? I don't, probably not.
No.
But
Those little orange pieces, I was never going to
there's
find.
no way.
I
Yeah.
was never
There-
stumbling across
I would have
that.
never seen it. It had been there till the end of time. Till the end of time. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I just wonder,
Absolutely.
like,
What the experience would
What-
be if you were
yeah.
a content creator.
yeah,
Mhm.
because I personally don't like knowing things
Yeah.
about quest lines, about stuff like that, because I like to try to figure, especially if it's a puzzle based thing, like I want to
Mhm.
figure it out for myself. I don't want to just like
Right.
go through the
Same.
motions because then I'm not gonna have anything to do. Like, it's not
Yeah.
fun if I know everything
Yeah,
right away.
you need a challenge. You need a challenge in some type of way.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
All right. So we're all apparently excited about the future of chapter 2. We know, I think just as a side note, I think the biome's going to be desert themed just based on what we've seen. And obviously that it's going to be Aladdin. But do you think, because there's 3 blocks, do you think that it's going to be a different, like it's going to be desert and then 2 other types of, because I feel like it's going to be different. Like it's not going to be all desert. I think it's going to be like 3 different types of biomes, which will be interesting to see.
For sure.
Yeah. My theory was that the island will be based on like different, so say it's Aladdin, it'll be different features in the Aladdin movie. So like maybe the desert, maybe the castle, maybe, or like the city and then another one or something would be cool. But I don't know.
You think they'll dedicate like that much
to
one?
Aladdin?
Maybe, unless they're going to do each biome with its own new characters, which I would actually like better than having one dedicated to an entire like theme of a movie.
Yeah. I was just trying to think, like, what do we not have? A desert. They could do even more like jungle and have jungle.
Yeah, we
book.
don't have jungle.
We need something,
Or something
like
water.
we need something magical.
Yeah.
Like we need something like
Peter
Alice in
Pan?
Wonderland, Peter Pan. Yeah, something like new. And honestly, yeah, a candy biome. We need a candy biome because I need a place to put these houses at this point.
You know?
Yeah.
I put mine in the forest today.
That did look so cute. You put that together so cute.
It out. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good transition, I think. Should we talk about Candyland?
Yeah.
Should we talk?
Let's do it.
I love candy.
So I'm assuming
I love candy.
Oh my gosh. What is that playing in the back?
What do we got? What do we think about this? What are our thoughts? Are we excited?
Why is that playing in the back? I don't even know where it is.
I think that's from the last stream. Just adding a little extra spice back there.
Yeah, but I don't even see where it is. I don't know
Not Jafar said, I will not be silenced.
I will be seen.
You will continue to talk about me. I'm the star of this show.
Okay. Cool.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, let's just discuss it. I'll keep trying to find it.
Yeah. What are you most excited about seeing this like new, I call it a trailer, but basically a picture of the next update? The DreamSnap update at that.
DreamSnap update.
I'm shocked that they called it the DreamSnaps update, but
I
also
was too.
I guess they didn't really have. Okay, I know not everyone agrees with me. This was not supposed to be an update, in my opinion. This was all supposed to be in the last update. So I guess they didn't really have anything planned. So like DreamSnaps update, they were just like, we gotta just throw something together.
We gotta name it something.
Yeah.
That further confirms that this was supposed to be a part of the last update and things were just running behind, because there's no way they would have called this the DreamSnaps update.
And that explains things to me. Like DreamSnaps was what wasn't ready. It wasn't Vanellope, but they were like, we can't just release DreamSnaps. Like we gotta hold something else back. And Vanellope doesn't contribute to whatever's going on in the story. So
let's hold her so we can actually have an update that feels full.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then to just have the DreamSnaps situation.
It all makes sense now. It really does. Like looking at it. Can I be honest? And I'm gonna have the least popular opinion, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like none of this really intrigues me. So like I know everybody's like super excited about the house and and Vanellope.
Are they?
And maybe I feel like everybody's like really excited. Everybody I've been seeing talking about it seems really excited, but for me, I'm not. I don't know. I'm happy for new content. Don't get me wrong. I'm always happy for new questing, new content, and Vanellope looks super cute. I don't know. I'm just not like super excited about this one, but that's fine. I don't have to be excited about every single one. There's nothing wrong. Not in a bad way. It's just not.
I think maybe you're not just you specifically. I think we're so accustomed to so much more being in this artwork. I will say I very much prefer the bright daytime artworks.
Same.
So this will be a refreshing change for me because I hate loading up the screen. It's like dark. I don't know why
Yeah.
I hate that because like the
Yeah.
fairy godmother thing was cute, but I prefer looking at this than
Yeah.
the other one when I'm loading into my game. Not that that really matters, but
Yeah. No,
the
I totally get it.
the house, I was talking about this earlier. I can't tell if I don't love it because it's I'm looking at it in like 2D and I need to
Mm-hmm.
see it in 3D.
3D. Mm-hmm.
But like it just doesn't look like it somehow manages to be very detailed but not detailed at all at the same time. Like I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it. It's like it has a lot of stuff going on, but it looks very flat
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
strange and like the doorway is a choice and the
Yeah, the
shape of
doorway's-
it is
the
a
doorway.
choice. It looks
Honestly,
like
I
an
think the-
organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like
It's
Yeah.
definitely giving.
It's
It's definitely
giving,
giving
like,
artery.
artery.
Broken artery or broken bone.
Like
It's giving severed
leaking artery.
Severed,
Yeah.
yes.
It's the one that connects directly to the heart too. So it's just like it looks like it's
Yeah.
just been.
It just got like
Yeah, the doorway I don't love. And you know what? I know what it is. To be fair, I'm one of those people that has like an aesthetic in the valley, which it sounds so bad, but like candy houses don't really have a place like in
Mhm.
my valley like that. So
yeah.
and I feel like that's boring in a sense because it's Disney. Everybody has different houses and different personalities. So like I don't want my valley to be boring, but like I'm not really in love with the house. And I've never from like the beginning of time been really obsessed with like the idea of like candy themed stuff. So for me, it's like, it's not like my personal cup of tea, but I am super excited, for new items and for how everybody else is going to be decorating with this stuff. It'll be really cool to see nonetheless, but it's just not, I don't think it's my cup of tea. Like, and the other thing too is like the car is cool, but can't do anything with
We
it.
can't ride
You know what I
it.
mean?
No,
right.
we can't get
Yeah. Like, it would be
I
cool
want to
if
jump in it and ride it.
and but even if we can't write it, it would be really cool to see Vanellope like just pop up and do like a donut in it, and then she like pops back out or something. Like
Yeah.
if you place down the car, like she'll do something cool with it. Like not drive around the valley, obviously, because that'd be kind of weird and not possible at the moment. But like, if the car actually did something, I think it would be cooler versus like just setting it outside the house and it's just decoration. I mean, I guess it's cool, but yeah, I'm not over the moon about it. And somebody else mentioned too, like, why Vanellope? Like, nothing against her, but like, why not like, where are the main
where the
characters now?
main princesses at.
Yeah. Like, again, we got like Fairy Godmother, which is a big one for the most part, but like,
I think they're saving them for
Cinderella?
when it's free to play.
you're
You
probably
think so?
right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think they're going to save them. And
Yeah.
we've
That's
discussed
just-
this
the house is
before,
very
but I
loud.
don't know how they would go about putting characters behind a paywall because it would just be so risky
Mhm.
to do it. And you would have to, again, it goes back into the balancing act of it all. Like if you were to, okay, let's go with Cinderella, for example.
Mhm.
If you were to
Mhm.
have her as we have to purchase her as a character in the valley,
Mhm.
they would have to have it be like a full, you know how you have to level them up, the 10 things, like you have your quests that you do with them, your
Mhm.
friendship quests, like you would have to have that whole thing for it to be worth it. But then for it to be aligned with what they're currently charging for the things in the shop, they
Mhm.
would have to charge a lot for
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I don't see it.
And with the
Also-
backlash they've received thus far,
Yeah.
I don't
if
see
they
it.
were thinking it,
But too, you gotta
to
imagine too,
change.
like, how can you progress in the storyline? Like, if you just allow people to just buy like whatever character they want when they come, like, how are you able to? Does that make sense? Like, how are you able to like pick up on the storyline? Does it just kind of like fill in wherever you're at, or?
Well, I think it'll be like some characters contribute to the storyline and some don't. Like
No,
Vanellope
okay.
doesn't contribute to the storyline, and we know that because we're about to get her, and we're in
The
between.
storyline is
We're in
over.
between
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
like she would be an example of someone in the future that you would potentially purchase through a paywall.
Yeah.
and again, like this is all speculation. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not, but like that's the only way I could see it working.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But if they did put the characters behind the paywall, they're gonna have to it's gonna have to be like a package where like you go up and you go to the door, you're about to make the purchase, and they show you all of the things that you can get. How many quests? What are all the friendship items? Because if I'm gonna make a decision on who I want to purchase, I need to see every single item I get, leveling them up as friends, so I know I want to purchase them or I don't. Because if you leave it ambiguous and I buy them and I don't get things that I like really want, especially if I'm spending money, it's going to be a flop. It's already going to be a flop.
It's already going to be a flop, but it's going to be a bigger flop.
It'll be an even bigger flop. Like I need to see exactly the package I'm getting.
Yeah.
To the
they will get people wanting their money back ASAP.
Oh, refund me. Run me my money back.
Refund me, right. Spend that on that.
Literally.
I guess I just wish, as far as the house design goes, like I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
And
does it line up?
Not really. She lives in a volcano. So like I think that's kind of where they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like this. So I think like if you're not gonna go exact, like I don't know. I guess I see what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
But I think I just don't love the design of it. I don't know.
I think it's gonna need some life. Like if it's a volcano, it would be cool. It would be cooler to me if like the chocolate that's melting down the side actually moves in real life. Like it has some type of like liquid movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
and it's not like they can't make that possible. They have the casita that literally waves at you when you walk past
this house would look like it would be good for like if it had some kind of interaction. Like that would make it more interesting to me than how it is right now, because again, it's kind of just like you said, and maybe it's because it's 2D, but in 3D, like if it's a volcano, do some spurting or like liquid flowing, something to make it a little bit more interesting, I think. It's a pretty
I'm just not crazy about it. It's really loud, and it's like I get what each character, they want to make the houses like as unique to the character, but if we're trying to like make our valleys flow, it's really at this point I'm like, how am I going to start making these buildings flow with one another? I still don't know what to do with Wally's house at this point. I'm still struggling with Wally and Buzz's house. Now I got to fit a candy volcano in the mix of that. Like that's a very like, imagine those three houses right next to each other. What did they expect me to do with those three?
You know what the solution is? And I feel like this should be like something super easy for them to do. But the solution would be for them to allow us to apply house skins to their homes. Like if we don't like,
I would love that.
I would love that.
If we don't like how the house looks, imagine just being able to slap a different house skin on it so that it fits in your valley, and then you can still have the character living in that home per se. Like I would like to be able to go in and decorate internally with like a candy theme, but just like running around my valley, I don't want to walk past a chocolate volcano for the most part. Like right now, like now, if there's a candy biome that comes in the future, you better believe I want all the candy stuff, all the candy houses, because it would like fit. But like this one's just a little too out there for my valley. So slapping a house skin on it would be, that would be
that would be great. We purchased it, so oh my gosh. But like, what if you could do it as many times as you want? What if we could have every house be a cottage if we wanted to?
I would lose my mind.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm really hoping that comes, right?
Like, why can I not do that? Why can't I have as many cottages as I want?
Why can't I put down all
the
the
gable houses?
Yeah, that
I really want the gable houses.
Like, why can't we just put down the pink and the blue and the yellow? Like, why can't we place those in different? I don't like that. Would have been genius to like.
My metal was gonna go so hard with my little neighborhood if they would have let me do that.
I thought I was making do you know how lit the plaza would be? My plaza would be. Oh my god!
It would be so cute if they were like stacked, like right next to each other.
Right next to each other.
Like townhouses.
Like little townhouses.
You could put little yards in between. Stop. I would listen.
Yeah.
And I hate that I can't I want to live in the cottage, but I can't have the gable house or whatever it's called. I can't live in the cottage and also have that house. I have to have that as my main house.
Yeah.
And then have the cottage as something else.
It makes me mad.
I feel like maybe it's a possibility. I don't feel like it's far-fetched to feel like they may allow us to apply a house skin in the future.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll probably, I feel like that's probably a common request, and they'll probably allow us to do it just because there's so many different design features and aspects of the game already. Like, why not just add one more so people can personalize?
Yeah, and that makes more sense to me than, because initially I think we had speculated or just discussed the idea of, will we be able to place more than one cottage? And I think they can't allow that just because of limitations with like loading and everything. But like these are already houses. So this makes more sense to me. Like, okay, you can't add another house, but you can apply the skin and that just changes the look. I mean, it would be the same as could have it the same way as the outfits.
The outfit,
You just load it
where you
up
have a
and it just
skin.
changes it, and that's that.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love that so much.
And
It
they
would
could just
make
have like a
decorating
house,
so good.
a house
I think it would be
tab.
so
Oh my
perfect.
gosh, that's such a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like other than that, with this thumbnail, I don't really see.
There's nothing else like that shirt we already have.
Yeah.
Shirt we
I
have.
think Teddy mentioned something about holding the drinks. Like he's
Oh,
holding a drink.
He is holding a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like a functionality we can do right now.
I wonder if that's cosmetic or an access, like cosmetic, or if it's like just for,
The sake of the
sake of the picture. Could be though. I mean, I don't know what the benefit of holding it would be, but
Shocked they didn't put him with an umbrella.
I was about to say they gave us an umbrella for no
at this
reason
point,
except to just let it rain in our valley endlessly.
they're saying waterfall. Is it the? I thought the
I
waterfall.
thought that was just the Oasis thing or just something in the sunlit.
That's what I thought too.
I don't have a feeling that waterfall is new. Like even the surfboards, they're a rare item, but they're not new, right? Like those have been in the game.
Yeah, they've been in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like that waterfall is new. I feel like it's just a part of the graphic. Although Olaf is facing directly, no, he's looking at the surfboards. So no. I think the only new thing that we have is Vanellope and the house and the car.
Yeah.
And then obviously the DreamSnap update. So
yeah. Yep. I don't know. Interesting. Not too much to deduce on here. I mean, I'm excited no matter what. So
I'm more excited about the DreamSnap.
The DreamSnaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like that I just cannot wait to see that in game. I'm so excited about it.
Which I'm happy that we are getting the DreamSnap, because let's say Vanellope was the only thing that they didn't release. This would be very
underwhelming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'd make a thumbnail for it if it was like if Vanellope wasn't going to be in it, like there'd be no point because there's nothing else going on. I am curious to see what her friendship items are though.
Same.
Me too. I hope they're not just like crazy candy theme.
Do you guys think the car is going to be her level 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which I don't love as level 10 because I don't really. I mean, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna use it, I guess, but I don't know. They just they popped off with Fairy Godmother.
Yeah.
And like Simba and Nala.
And Simba and Nala's quests. Those were so good.
They
so
really
good.
showed out. They showed out with those.
So
they really did. Mm-hmm. They really did.
Because honestly, aside from placing that car down near her house, because that's just seems like it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't see me decorating any of the other vehicles we have in the game. I don't decorate like that motorbike situation that we got with this recent Star Path. I still haven't even unlocked it right now.
Yeah.
I haven't unlocked it yet. So there's that. I'm still working on the Star Path. I'm not using. I'm just truly not using that.
Yeah, I only use the bike.
I don't know why. I just feel like the more animation they add to some of these objects that aren't usable, the better. Because again, if you think about like the bench that came with Fairy Godmother, for example, like it was cute, but when you set it down and saw that it actually sparkles, it added like a layer of like pizzazz. So like even with the car, if we put the car down and at least it looks like it's running, like exhaust is coming out of the back or something, like that would give me more incentive to want to use it in the valley because it feels more alive than just a car just kind of sitting in place. You know, so like I feel like if they in the future, if they start to add more animations to some of these items that we can't really use or anything, it'll add a little bit more life to the objects, which in turn liven up the valley a bit. I feel like.
Yeah. How do you think she's gonna show up? Do you think she's gonna have a door in the castle, or do you think she's just gonna pop in, or like how is she getting
Uh,
there?
I think
Mm.
Merlin's gonna be like, I need you to find a book for me or something. He's gonna like I don't think she's gonna come through a door. Honestly,
No, I think we're gonna find something laying around the valley that looks out of place or something like that. Like with how
candy.
Mirabelle came in with the doorknob. You
Mhm.
know, I think it's gonna be something like that where like Stitch literally crashed in because they keep saying she's racing in. So it's
Yeah.
like, and Stitch crashed in. So I think it's gonna be something along those type of lines.
I do have to say, I do not want to spend Dreamlight on Vanellope coming to the valley. So I really, I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. I mean, if we have to, I will, but like, I don't want to waste the Dreamlight if I don't have to. So I'd rather her just come through I'd rather her like crash her car into the side of a cliff and we've got to like save her.
Not
Oh my
crash
gosh.
the cliff.
Wow.
I mean, say you don't like
Okay.
Vanellope without saying you don't like Vanellope.
Well, I guess my question is like, why do you think
Crashing her into a cliff.
they're not? There are so many doors in the castle, right?
There's so many doors in the
So
castle.
many doors.
Like-
so many doors.
Why are we not getting more doors?
But here's the other thing though, with all the doors in the castle, how is that going to work with us having different islands?
I don't know.
I don't
Like if
know.
all of these people are supposed to like I'm like so curious. I don't know why I'm so animated. I'm just so curious to know like how are if we're gonna be, I mean, maybe you open the door and then they are like you save them and then they just go to their island. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm curious. I'm super curious because we've always been
Same.
talking about how are we gonna fit all these people in the valley?
That's what I was just about to bring up. With all these doors, I feel like the valley is starting to feel a little cramped as it is. So with all these like characters and they're making these extravagant houses for
Mhm,
each one, my concern is like where it's gonna go. Because like I'm hoping her house is not big.
mhm.
But now that I'm like really, really looking at it and it's supposed to be like a volcano, something tells me she might be a little thickums. So my concern
Hello,
is just like, right, like where are we fitting all these people? Or are we going to be able to put it on rotate so I can
Yeah.
get Maui up out of here? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I think they're gonna have to put it on rotate at some point because there's no way. There's just no way unless they actually expand the space and the biomes that we have in the valley currently that we're gonna be able to fit all these people. Like there are, what do you say, like 50 doors? Maybe
There's
more.
so many. I will get
There's so many.
rid of Woody so fast.
You get rid of Woody?
I'm so tired of that carousel in my valley. I can
I don't know
lose-
where to put it. I don't know
Okay,
where to put it.
if you give you a house skin to just slap on top of it though, can Woody stay?
Yeah.
Okay. Maui's still going.
Maui's
he's
still-
going
yeah.
regardless. Yeah, he's gotta get out of here. Gotta
Now
go.
we still gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious. I love I mean, I get very excited when I walk through the castle because I'm like, as a creator, especially, I'm like, content.
Right.
Like, there's so many doors, but I'm just so curious. Like, it's gonna feel weird to me if you unlock a door and they like you save them from their realm, but then they transport to a valley that then you have to travel there to go get them. Like, you know,
Yeah.
unless you go, what if some of the doors aren't realms? They are transports to the islands or to the new places. What if they change some of them from being realms to like transportation?
The transportation places.
Mm-hmm. Because you know how like on your map, you can travel back to realms quickly by just clicking the
Right.
realm.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So maybe that'll be the way that we travel to these new worlds by, once you've unlocked it, you can just click it on your map and it takes you to this new island or world or wherever it is that we're going.
And you think the new place that we're going will have like a new item limit,
I think so.
not
I think-
relevant
Yeah.
to?
I think you have to. Yeah, I think you
Oh
would
my
have to.
gosh! But when they
Especially if they're
okay.
doing especially
I'm
if they're doing
spiraling.
the loading, if they're doing the loading screen situation, I don't see why they wouldn't, because we're going to a completely different space. It's not the same space. The item limit is to help with like the pop in and all that other stuff. So I feel like it should have its own
Yes,
item limit.
but okay. You know what just thought of?
Why are you
That-
picking his nose?
It's her. It's her
like,
picking
I'm
his
like,
nose.
yeah, I'm like fluffing it out. It's a little wrinkly. When they, okay, so they're gonna have the new biomes, right? And when
Mhm.
they do, you know what's gonna come with the new biomes?
What?
New foliage. That'll be,
Oh,
and they're gonna have new trees and new bushes
yeah.
and new
We need
stuff.
that.
And we need that so badly. Like, I
Yes.
just want more flowers, like the what is that one? The
The
butterfly.
butterfly. I am going to delete
I want
everything
that in so many colors.
Mm-hmm.
when we get the
We
foliage.
get more foliage.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could condense down a lot. Like I just saw TJ say Minnie could live with Mickey. In the why can't we maybe select Minnie and Mickey live in one
Like
house
roommate-
and we can take
roommates.
and we can take one of their houses away.
Mhm.
Like get rid of one of the houses and then we can place down another house. Like that'd be a good way to make space in the valley.
Yeah.
We need new flowers, new trees, new bushes, new grass.
And I
Yes.
want non-realistic. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but I want I want more of the purple bush, right? I want pink bushes.
Yeah.
I want blue bushes. I want colorful
Yeah.
stuff. I want pink trees and this and that.
Oh,
Like
would
I
love
want so
that.
much stuff.
Yeah.
This is Disney.
Right. It's
And,
supposed to be magic.
Yeah, give me the magical trees,
Give me the
okay? I
magical
want more
trees.
stuff like the Dreamlight tree.
Oh,
The
those
Dreamlight
Dreamlight trees are
First of
literally my
all,
favorite thing.
we should be able to
ever.
place as many Dreamlight trees as we want.
Yeah.
Like those, regardless of the fruit, maybe you're only able to collect a certain amount of fruit a day, but the Dreamlight trees are such a mystical, magical tree. Could you imagine if we had different shapes of it? They all sparkled and stuff like that, but being able to place a whole forest full of Dreamlight trees, could you imagine how beautiful that would be at night?
That
Just
would look
seeing
so
all
pretty.
of that. My Forest of Valor would be Dreamlight Tree Central.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, mine is slowly
People are
becoming
saying
that with the ones I have.
cactuses.
Cactuses.
Oh yes, because of the desert.
Oh my God, cactuses.
Oh my
Bamboo
goodness, that would be so
trees.
good.
I think it would be
So
so
good.
fun to decorate a desert biome. I think it would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they'd have to make all of the grasses. Okay, they need to make more grasses. I need a
Yep.
snowy grass. I need,
Mm-hmm.
and they all need to be able to overlap.
Layered.
Like that one beach grass.
And for goodness sake, let us take us off the grid. Let me just place the item where I
Yeah.
want.
Where I want, yes.
Please.
Give me my BB dot move in the game, please.
BB. Move objects on testing teach true. Please let me just let me please just put it as close. Let me angle it. Let me put it as close as I want to. Let me just set stuff on top of each other.
Even
Like
if they
I-
give angled, I would be okay if they're like, all right, we can't take you off the grid, but we'll give you angled. Like, give me something.
Something. I feel like I just need it. But I guess we'll have to see. I know when I posted a picture, I think they may have commented on it and said, thank you for your feedback. So maybe they'll take it into consideration. But we need, with how decorative people can get with this game already, being able to do some of those things would really take builds to the next level.
Oh,
To the
definitely.
next.
It's just
level.
interesting that they have it on the grid the way they do, because I feel like when I'm shocked a lot of times when I'm decorating, when I leave the tiniest little gap and I'm still able to walk through, or I'll leave a tiny little gap and stuff is still able to drop right there. So I'm just a little bit shocked that it's on a grid
Yeah.
system.
Mhm.
And if there's not enough room for
Agreed.
something to spawn, don't spawn,
Spawn
it.
somewhere
Don't
else.
spawn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's my thing. I we're talking about quality of life now, but it's give me a toggle to turn off the wood. Give me a toggle to turn off the freaking sage and
Yeah.
basil.
And basil. I don't need another sprig of basil.
I need it to get going.
Yeah.
Get going. I need you to get it going or put it in more recipes so that I have to pick up more of it, because at this point it's messing up my builds. Okay.
Yeah.
I need it to not exist.
I almost what do y'all think about we're totally going on a tangent
know.
here, but
Yep.
I wish that we would have jobs to do as far similar to serving in the restaurant, but
Mhm.
even more involved than that. I don't know what it would be, but I'm just trying to think of like past Animal Crossing games when you got to work at the Roost and you would make coffee for the villagers. Like it would be so fun to have something like that where like you're trying to learn what your villagers
I think
like
so
and
too.
you can make stuff for
And you
them.
can make stuff for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can like
Let
cater
me
it
work
to
for Scrooge so I can get into his back room
Yeah.
and get me some items.
I need to know what's back there. I need to know what's back there.
Yeah.
It's back
You
there.
know, but my thing too is I think it would be cool to be able to assign, like, we're talking about bringing life to the valley, right? Like, let me assign jobs for people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
maybe you could even do something as simple as saying, like, if I don't want all of these things in the valley, like the extra wood or the sage, maybe you have somebody tasked with like picking it up. It doesn't really go anywhere, but their job is just to keep the grounds clean.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
you know, working at the restaurant or, you know, whatever. Like it would be cool to see Remy like walking around with like a plate of food over his head and he's like throwing it on tables or something, like some kind of something, you know?
or even if you could
Imagine
just like
making Maui mine for you.
yeah, or even if you could just like pay them the same, almost like how you can pay Leaf in Animal Crossing to weed your island.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he
that
can
would
get
be
rid of the
great.
weeds. You could do something like
Yeah.
that. It reminds me of Aiden was playing Animal Crossing today, and I told him he needed to go around and pick up all the weeds and pick up all this stuff. And he was like, why do they not help me? He was like, why do the villagers not help me do anything?
I know.
He's already
I'm
learning.
just like,
He's learning.
well,
The villagers don't do anything.
They're never
to
going to
work.
help
The
you,
villagers-
sweetie. So-
The villagers there to relax. Okay.
Right. They get to
Paradise,
live a posh life, walk
Yeah.
around eating their little sandwich,
yeah.
soft life.
sleeping under trees.
Yep. So, no, that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be so cute if we can like task them with doing different things.
Mhm.
Digging stuff up, because those dig holes will like stop you from decorating, where you got to come out of the screen, dig something up
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
just so you
Agreed.
could place a building or place something down.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, well, speaking of things that we want, let's talk about the items in the game. And I want to first talk about a frustration that I have with the game, because I feel like overall I've been overwhelmingly positive.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
If I get one more coin in my green chests, I am going to lose my mind.
Let me
I
tell
don't
you
know
something.
I don't know what's going on. I don't get furniture pouches, okay? It's not even that I'm getting bad stuff in furniture pouches. I don't get them. Coin, coin, coin every single
me tell you-
day.
I should not be getting a single coin out of a single green chest if I don't own everything in the
Right.
valley.
In the game.
I
Agreed.
should own every single thing that exists in the valley. Until I have every single thing, I should not receive one. If I get another countertop that I already own, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
See, I'm always
Like-
getting the couches from the
Like-
furniture pouch. Like
But
I
that's
don't
my
understand.
thing. Like, why is there not some
I
kind
have
of
that.
algorithm that says like you own this item, so like let's randomize through the objects that they don't have,
Right.
so that you get something new. And then once you get everything, then you can get coins all the time. And we just expect to know that we're gonna get coins every time we open it. But like right now, when I know I don't have some of the rarest items, like I've just never seen,
Right.
Mhm.
there's no reason why I should be getting
Some
coins.
of.
It's the same thing like when I walk into Scrooge's shop and there's literally like money bags on the ground instead of objects. And I'm like, I don't own everything in the game. Why is there not something here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
like-
don't get it.
I
Yeah.
don't get it.
I don't get it either. It bothers me. And I know we've talked about it, but I just have to say it again. It was a complete and total letdown. If I could rant about anything, it was a literal letdown
Mm.
and such an oversight on the team's part. The cloud is one. The cloud makes no sense to me. That should have been an accessory that just rains snow on top of my head while I run around.
Mhm.
But the fires, you're telling me
Oh.
that the
Oh, we're not even gonna. I still haven't written my letter. I literally took pictures of every coin that I got from those chests. You've been marinating in that green fire
marinating.
for months.
I was like,
Months.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I'm like, oh my
And
God.
I get coins. You've been marinating to give me 200 coins.
The excitement that I got like watering the fire. And I'm like, we're gonna get something good. It's gonna be something good. And I popped the first chest open, and it was not only was it coins, but the real slap in the face was when a piece of glass popped out of there, and that's when I almost logged out. I almost logged out. I almost logged out of the game. I almost said, you know what? That's it for tonight. This was fun, but I'm gonna take a break because glass. You're gonna give me one piece of glass.
Yeah.
Out of these chests, like that's insane. Like you should have get every single one of those chests should have been a brand new item. A brand new item that's never been seen in the game, that was maybe specific to the Forgotten Lands or something. But like the fact that like we haven't been able to get those chests out for months and months, and then as soon as we do, it's coins and glass. I my mind was blown. I was like, that's crazy.
I got coin in every single one. I didn't even get an item. I got coins in every single solitary one.
I got coins and 2 pieces of glass.
I think I got coins and a yellow flannel shirt that I already had.
Yeah. You know,
lovely.
So it was just like no different RNG than anything else.
Nothing. And not only that, I think this last update was great and the storyline was amazing, but the Forgotten Lands in general was just a complete letdown for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fires didn't give us any new items. The biome didn't change at all. Like we healed the pillar, the fog didn't go away. I still hear men yelling in the background like they're being taken to hell. Like, what is
I thought it was fairy godmother yelling for help in her house, like, sitting in there all these months.
Yeah, like it's just there was no change to the biome. I was really hoping that the biome would like clear up, you know? And the fact that it didn't, I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. So, I mean, I guess they wanted to keep the spooky vibe, which I guess I could get, but I was just hoping it'd get like a little bit brighter or
at least a tiny bit.
At least it's a little. If the fog at least lift, I feel like that would be better. Because, like, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen it. Like, if you're transitioning from the Sunlit Plateau to the Forgotten Lands, there's like this quick moment where the Forgotten Lands just look so clear, and I'm like, why can't it look like that all the time? Like, we can still make it spooky. I don't need it to be cloudy. Well, because it's bad enough I can't see.
It's spooky at night. Like no matter what, like if you're in the Forgotten Lands at any time during nighttime, it's spooky. But like during the day, I was just hoping it'd be a little bit more like vibrant, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like for there to be no change, like how the other biomes happened, like what happened with them when you healed the pillar. I just thought that was surprising. Like, I don't know. It's my least favorite biome, so I don't spend a lot of time up there. But either way, I was just hoping that it would change a little bit.
I just store my pumpkins up there, my pumpkin farm, and that's it.
I just pumpkin farm.
Yeah, I would like to decorate up there eventually, but it's not my priority, I don't think.
I think I'm going to be decorating up there when
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. That's the only time that I did decorate was during the Halloween time, and we got all those like spooky item things. Yeah. I did decorate in there.
Yeah.
Just because
that's the
no one had, and it was the perfect biome for it. So I was like, oh, let's like do a little something in here. But
yeah, we'll do a
short-lived
build. But yeah,
it was short-lived.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to know what rare items do each of you have, and which items are you most wanting to get? Blobfish in the middle.
I have the blobfish, which is, I have you all know that it's very rare, extremely rare in the valley. So I have lots of blobfish.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you should start, Kato, being Scrooge's favorite and all.
I am not.
No.
Okay. I have the painting table.
We know.
That's about it.
We're aware.
I have the painting table. I might have one of the mushroom items.
Kato, do you or don't you?
We know
I do have one of the mushroom items, yes.
Which one of those do you have, Kato? Tell us.
I don't even remember. One of the shelves, I think.
Share with the class.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember.
She doesn't remember. Oh, you mean like how you forget about the vine wall magically?
What?
Yeah.
See?
The vine
it's
wall.
Magic.
Okay.
Temporary
and I feel like
here.
the vine wall is one of the most rare. Like, I don't see anyone with the vine wall. Let me know in the chat if you have the vine wall, okay?
Don't be lying. I know some of y'all got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know. Teddy, Do you have the
Teddy
one?
definitely has it. That's Dreamlight Daddy. He's got
Definitely.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
he does.
everything.
Teddy
Yeah,
got everything in the game.
He's also got like 14 chests filled with iron and gold and all the valuable resources. So like, I don't
I
want to
think
hear.
I think he was probably the one with the 200 million, to be honest.
True.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. What vine wall? Okay.
What about you, Steph? What is your most valuable, most rare item?
Nothing.
You don't have
Steph.
one thing.
I don't have one thing that's rare. Like no joke. I'm telling you. You guys think I'm joking. I walk into Scrooge
I did. Next
and
stream,
he's like,
you're scrolling through your inventory.
Scrooge is like, new phone, who's this? When I walk in, he doesn't know me. He does not know me. He doesn't give me anything good. I get coins from my chest, my green chest. I don't have nothing good. The only thing that I have that you bring up sometimes, Kay, is the little water fountain tile. But I don't feel like that's rare. There's a lot of people that have that.
Okay, some of the rarest items in the game.
Okay, yeah, let's go through them.
This is
Vine
not
wall.
looking good for me.
Yeah, list them off. Let's hear them.
Okay, the Wally bathtub,
Don't have
the
it.
grand double doors, which just I don't think I'll ever see those.
Right.
The game machine, which I don't really think the game machine is considered a rare item.
I don't even know what the
just
game
because-
machine looks like.
It's that one that you get from putting in the pixel code. Remember the code pixel?
Oh.
It gave you all three of the items. Like, so I don't really feel like that one can be considered
Yeah.
rare.
Okay.
Vine wall,
Uh-huh.
aquarium.
Uh-huh.
Huh? I have
Huh.
I have the aquarium now.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah,
Do you
Kato,
now?
explain to when did you get that?
Kato, share with the class. When did that happen, huh?
When that
It
happened?
was like a week or so ago. I got it at
Wow.
Scrooge's.
By the way, this is Mr. Star and Sky's picture. There's another one, Mr. Most Desired Furniture Items, which don't have the names, but very curious about these items too. But yeah, the candle laden branch,
Yeah, don't have that.
the lifeguard tower. Wait,
Do you have that, Kato?
yes, she does.
Of
course she does.
Oh, okay.
Kato-
So the lifeguard.
I don't have
stand,
lifeguard.
I do have that. I do have that.
Eh,
Okay. So that I do have.
I don't have any rare items.
Hmm.
I've
Okay.
literally never seen that.
I haven't seen that
Okay.
either.
There.
That I have.
Okay, the white wood fruit stand,
No.
Don't have that.
color for surfboards.
I don't have any color fruit stand.
No.
Now I don't know what these items are called because there's no names on it. But oof, I have a couple items.
Wait, Kato, when did you get the because we're not gonna pass over that. When did you get the vine lamp
The-
situation?
I didn't get the vine lamp. I got the
The
candle
vine-
laden
the candle-laden
branch.
branch. Yeah.
And I got that. I mean, it was after this most recent update. And I was Scrooge resetting on my Steam Deck at night, you know, as one does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was there. And I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. Let me
Oh,
grab
what's
that.
This,
Kato,
what's this rare item?
Do either of you have that pink circular rug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all tried to tell me that's crazy. You see this, friends? You
What
see?
else?
What else?
The other vegetable stand.
Don't have that.
Okay. That little window with like it's like a flower. It's a circle with all the flowers in it.
I have
It's
that.
like flower
Oh,
cutout.
I do have that one.
I have that one as well. Some of these other items are, all the rest of the stuff is more common. And then the tangled painting table, which Kato has as well.
Yeah,
So
Kato has that.
Kato
I
has
have
us
that.
all beat.
I think she does.
Okay, reading
She
off
does.
some random list.
Oh, now it's
okay.
a random list.
Now it's
a
random.
random list. Kato has the tangled painting table, the rug, and the aquarium, and the candle laden.
The candle laden branch.
That's
and
4.
the mushroom shelf.
And the mushroom soap, which I have literally not seen a single mushroom item in my valley
Okay.
since that last update.
Do you have it? Did y'all get any of the pumpkin stuff?
I got the 2 little pumpkins. That's it.
I got the two little pumpkins.
It's a little pumpkin.
I got the pumpkins. Did
I
you
got
get
the
what
two
about
little pumpkins,
the leaf
and
rugs?
I got that one in yellow.
I got the leaf rug in red.
Okay. I got yellow and green so far.
Let me look up the mushroom items. I need mushroom items in DDV because at this point, I gotta do resetting.
You haven't been resetting on your Steam Deck?
No, because here's the thing. I log into the game and forget that I'm supposed to be resetting, and then my game's already saved by then, so it's too late. So it's been a real grand time. Really enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
Mushroom furniture.
I think it's called
I
like
can't
Conjurers. Okay, so I have the Conjurers bookcase
Oh, I don't have that.
is the one that I have.
That's the one with the vine that goes up the side, yes?
No, this one has mushrooms on the side. There's also the alchemist table, which I don't have, I don't think.
I want that.
And the
Mm.
apothecary shelf.
Mhm.
And then the pumpkin vine shelf,
Hold on, the apothecary shelf. What is that?
which I don't think I have any of those. I mean,
I
I
don't
have
have any of those.
the Conjurers bookcase, but I don't have the other
Now,
stuff.
let me ask chat this. How many of y'all have the fruit and vegetable stands?
Mm-hmm.
Because why y'all making faces at us?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just, every day I log on. This is such an exaggeration. Every day I get on Discord and someone else is like, Scrooge's favorite. I got the fruit stand. And I'm just like, what do I ever, and literally every single time I get a green chest, I'm like, oh, maybe today is the day.
Is the day. Do you guys have the pumpkin? Not the pumpkin, the popcorn stand?
Kato does.
Yes.
Oh.
And she has
oh,
the ice cream
oh.
stand.
You have the ice cream stand too. And how many colors do you have the ice cream stand in?
Two.
Oh, there's multiple colors?
Oh, yeah, it comes in different colors. Okay, yeah,
Wow.
okay. Yeah, don't have none of those in any
Oh,
colors. No.
interesting.
So who's Scrooge's favorite now?
Interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
indeed,
very
actually.
interesting.
It looks like a lot of people have the fruit and vegetable stand too. Well, more people than people who had the vine wall. So
Oh, there's multiple pumpkin collections. There's the large pumpkin collection, the medium, and the small.
Well, I have the small one.
not Blaine with the wishing you only coins in your green chest. What an insult.
Wow.
Wow. Laying it your band.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Mm-mm-mm.
So what is your like number one item that you want?
Item.
Fruit and veggie.
Fruit and veggie, mine too.
I want the fruit and veggie stand.
I want the stands just
Bad.
because I want my little farmers market
Market,
situation.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
right now I'm doing like this community garden in my plaza, and it would just be cute to have the little stands there and
Yeah.
just be so cute.
Yeah, I would literally make a big patch of like farmland and put all the different fruits and vegetables in there. And then in the back, I could see myself lining it with like fruit and veggie stands. That would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. to
So
have.
cute.
And there's
Yeah.
so many. There's the white. There's 4 different ones, and I haven't seen a single one.
So how is it that we
different
haven't gotten
veggie
not
stand?
one?
It's different colors?
Yeah, there's the
Yes.
white wood fruit stand, the white wood veggie stand, the wooden fruit stand, and the wooden veggie stand.
Yeah, I don't understand why I haven't seen at least one of those as long as I've been playing.
There's 4 different ice cream stands, 2 different lifeguard towers. There's so many
crazy.
items that I have never seen like anyone.
Anyone with.
That's insane. That's literally insane.
How are they so
And there's-
rare?
I'm really curious to know the algorithm.
Yeah, like what's the spawn rate for these things on
Yeah.
the valleys?
I'd love for a dev to like let us know. Like that would be a super fun like Q&A. Like, have you received the fruit stand? Well, you have like a 2% chance of ever getting that in your game or
Mhm.
something like that. Like that would be really good to know because I really feel like it's super, super rare.
I wish somebody could like data mine the stuff and like really like see.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
like,
because I'm curious.
has
'Cause I'm super
anyone
curious.
and like has anyone received this stuff at Scrooge's store, or it's only in the furniture pouches?
I've gotten the rare, I got the aquarium from a furniture pouch.
Right.
And I got the vine wall from Scrooge's.
You did?
And
I got the vine wall from. It was literally one of the first days that I played the game. Like I didn't even have an idea of decorating. Like I just ran in and saw the vine wall, and I was buying everything from the store. It was like literally like I think it was sometime within the first week of me playing. I might have even bought it on stream.
Because on the wiki it says that's a furniture pouch only.
I think honestly I should go back and watch my streams. I might have gotten it while I was streaming, but it was early on when I just started playing the game.
Yeah.
But maybe my memory serves me wrong. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it in Scrooge's shop, but I'll try to find a video and see if I can find it. That would be cool.
Yeah, interesting.
My reaction was probably so chill too, like, oh, look at that. That's cute.
Right.
Not realizing
rare.
the gem you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the fruit and veggie stands? Are people finding it in the pouches or in Scrooge's?
I'm curious.
I've heard pouches, but I don't know.
Literally, I get a pouch and I'm like, please. I literally say out loud, please be good, please be good, please be good.
It's
Yeah,
so
I know.
frustrating.
And it's not. And
I
it's
just
never
think
not.
what's most frustrating about those chests for me is like, it's just the fact that you get repeat items in the chest. Like it just defeats the purpose of a chest. Like I'd rather the yellow chest just be more rare, so that when you do find them, it's gonna have an item that you don't own already.
Yes.
Then opening them every day and it be coins or it be a t-shirt that I own, a plaid t-shirt. Like
Right.
that should not come out of a chest. Maybe digging up a hole in the ground or something, but like out of a chest, I feel like it's a chest. It should be like treasure.
And I also think in Scrooge's store, if you don't own everything, there should at least be one new item a day. The past like 2 days, I didn't do any resets just because time didn't allow it. And literally both days, I owned everything in store. Like you should at minimum have one new item that you don't already own if you don't own everything in Scrooge's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Blaine has a good point though, saying that just by getting whatever you wanted, like it's more fun if it's super rare. And I agree, but like how
rare, right?
Right.
Yeah, like
because we've all been playing this since day one. Like after 9 months, I'm still not getting certain things. That's taking rare to a whole nother level.
Especially too, because they're going to be adding more furniture items. Like again, they're adding more furniture items that seem to be super rare, i.e. with the update 2 updates ago, they say we're going to get mushroom furniture and I've still yet to see a single one.
Right.
So like eventually you want to knock some of the rare ones off the list and then like move on to the next rare items that are going to pop up, which could be exciting, but like, baby, where the fruit and veggie stands? I just need one variation. I don't even care which one. I just need one variation.
One variation and I can make it work.
Well, like it's crazy to me that some people have both. Like,
yeah.
What are y'all doing? How is that possible? I just am I doing something wrong?
I don't know, but you know something that would be interesting? Like, what if there was a way that you could bribe Scrooge to increase your chances of getting something rare?
Yeah.
Like with something in the valley, like, I don't know, like some kind of resource or something, like, or pay him, like you'd have to pay him like a large sum of money to like increase your chances that maybe the next day in shop when you log in that
gambling. Yay.
Yeah. Like,
oh yeah, that would be cool.
I think that would be like, and it'd be a fun way to like use your money. Like it costs you like 100,000 star coins to like increase your chances that you might see something rare. So like that would definitely make you have to farm more. And you know, so that you always have money so that you can increase your luck. And it doesn't even guarantee that you'll get it, but you know, gambling, that'd be fun.
Love a little gambling.
Wasn't there an aquarium? There was an aquarium in the Star Path, but I like the one that you find better than the one that came in the Star Path, just because the Star Path one is like huge. Like it's a really big, and again, the aquariums are cool, but like they'll be cooler once there's like fish inside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like right now there's no fish. There's no life.
I wish you could put fish in it. Like in Stardew Valley, you can get the little like aquariums and put your fish in it.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But I do like that you can use it for storage. And I love my aquarium room that I've built in my house. It's actually gorgeous. It's one of my favorite builds that I've done so far. I will say that.
I love it. It's so cute.
It's so pretty.
Okay, so for the last couple minutes here, Steph and Kay got some Valley photos from different people in the community that we wanted to feature today and kind of talk about those a little bit. And while we're doing that, if y'all have any questions for us in the chat, go ahead and drop those and we will maybe answer some questions while we look at these photos. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool because like if we could highlighting, we have a lot of really talented people in our Discord, our communities, and just creators in general that's, posting pictures and stuff. But I thought it would be cool to highlight some builds just because that's something that's coming soon in the game. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at them.
Gosh, these are pretty.
I know.
Right?
Look
Like
at
the way they put I loved that they brought the fairy godmother into the meadow.
Yeah,
With the
that's
whole
really
little pumpkin
cute.
like stand situation where it looks like she has like a little shop. I loved it. And it's giving like grandma vibes too, because it has like the clothes hanging out, like it looks like they're drying. I thought that was so cute.
I love the cluttering that they did. Some people just do the cluttering. It's so hard for me when I can't put stuff so close together to like clutter properly. But like they've done a really good job with this, with the pumpkins and the rug and then the overgrown grass. Like I love when I see valley pictures and I can't tell what part of the valley you're in. Because then you've done a really good job of like decorating because like I really can't, like you can almost not tell where that is. I know it's in the meadow actually right next to the walkway, but at first I'm like, I couldn't tell where that was.
Right.
Where it was.
Yeah, I love that.
It looks so good. And this Frosted Heights build.
Oh,
like
gorgeous.
I
know.
Yes. Where they have the
And
little snowman.
with the tree too, like that tree I know is permanently placed there, but this is like a really beautiful place to put it, just because if you're walking up the stairs, that's the first thing that you see.
Yeah.
So that's really pretty. I really like that a lot.
So you could imagine the view like just coming up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need these people to teach me how to take photos in this game.
Yeah, I don't
because-
understand how are you getting this view? Wait, hold on. How did they get the picture of them sitting on the bench right there? Is this just a screenshot? How did they do that?
I guess so. Yeah. I think they just did like a print screen on the PC.
A print screen.
That
Yeah.
had to be.
That.
How'd they get so
But like,
far
how are
back,
they?
though?
Here's my thing. When I do stuff like that, my pictures are always
like
blurry. Like it doesn't look
Yeah.
good. These look like
Same.
HD. Like what are they doing to make it look HD? Because mine
They
do
gotta be
not look
using-
like this.
They got to be using Adobe or something.
Yeah.
That's some Adobe editing right there, because there's
They
no
have
way.
quality
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
are always blurry.
Oh, so pretty.
quality editing.
Someone says the stuff get a onesie now.
Yes.
Your most wanted quality of life update.
It depends on what you consider
Most
quality
wanted.
of life.
Yeah.
I want more foliage more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me,
Camera mode too.
camera mode. Yeah, that's a big one. I really, really want the ability to toggle off some of the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes. That would be mine.
I think for me, it's just getting items. So I would really love for them to fix the reset in Scrooge's.
Yeah.
And also, since I love to glide my little self along the entire valley, is bulk cooking. Like I feel like we have bulk crafting that should have just been a given to have like the
Mhm.
bulk cooking.
Yeah. Search bar. Yeah, search bar. Bulk cooking.
Search bar.
Those are big.
Yeah.
Those are big.
Bulk cooking, especially now that with the candy path.
Yes.
Like I
Yeah,
cannot individually
for
make
sure.
pieces of candy to craft a candy path.
It's one of those things that's like, it's not a good grind. Like the cooking,
Yeah.
unfortunately, is not a good grind. Like when I need to, especially now that we have the ability to like run faster with that, well-fed boost. It's just like, I don't want to have to go and cook 20 to 30 meals every time I start a stream or every time I'm playing, just so that I have enough meals to run around all day. Like I just want to do it once, get all 20 if I have the resources, and then I can come back when I'm out again, especially because you have to eat so often to keep that boost
To
up.
keep it up.
Like it's
Yep.
just repetitive. And I just don't really, cooking is fun, but I don't really enjoy it in the term of like having to do it when I need to make a lot.
Agree.
Agreed. But yeah, these are some cool builds I saw. I really love, I hope I pronounce their name right, but Elle is just like that build.
Gosh,
I
she
was like,
makes some good
She
stuff.
does such good stuff.
some good stuff, man. I'm like, what, how, like, and that's my thing. Like, I want to be a builder one day that just like these kind of ideas just pop in my head. Like I'm just like playing around and like I come up with something cute. But that was definitely inspiration for my plaza build, doing those little patterns like that with the flowers in it. I just think that that is so pretty, especially in the Forest of Valor. And then Tokyo.
The road. Oh my gosh.
The road
the
thing?
curve in the
I will be the how? I'll be
How?
the first to say that I will literally never ever do this in my valley, and I'll tell you why. That is absolutely too much work for me. I can't do it. But like kudos, because that looks like a real road.
Yeah.
Like it looks real. And the rug that they've made into a pond over there in the corner too, you can kind of see that. But like that's literally insane.
That
Like,
takes city core to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like,
it does.
Yeah.
It really does. And their full @ is Yanni Tokyo, by the way, guys. It's kind of cut out in the picture, but it's just a really, I was blown away. I think Jazz actually reposted this and that's how I saw it, but like such a cool build. Like you wouldn't even think you were looking at Dreamlight Valley if you didn't know, seeing that.
Yeah. I've just accepted that like my stuff will never look like that. Like I very much have a personal style, for better or worse. Like I wish I could do different things, but I just can't. Like it's cluttered cottage core.
Cottage core. Yeah.
Always, no matter what. Like I can't do anything else. So this one on the bottom, Nostralis, is that their name?
yes.
Yeah, Nostralis.
10 out of 10.
Love
this
it.
is everything. Like, it's so
like he does so many good builds. Like
Mhm.
it was like hard to like pick some of my favorites or whatever because he does them so well. Like he does structured builds where they don't feel structured. I don't know how to, I don't know if that makes any sense.
It's like overgrown,
but you know what I mean?
but still somewhat symmetrical.
Right.
yeah,
and then like
because, like,
still clean.
How he placed the grass in this picture.
Yeah.
Like it's not like over the pathway, but it's just slightly like to the point to where it's like kind of like coming over the edge a little bit, just like is a really nice detail. And who would have thought to put 4 statues in just a square?
I know. I love that.
Yeah. Like I would have never thought to.
I would have never thought to do
that way. Yeah. Yeah.
So cute.
And also to answer some of you guys' questions, yeah, this is a custom rug. The roadway is made with, they just colored the rug black and then used, I think, like the lines to create, a roadway.
And I watched the video. He also used like there's like a fading feature to make the edges around the road darker than like the inner part. I was like,
yeah,
it's like
shadows. The shadows. I'm like, there's no way. My brain would never do that.
Mine would have been 1D.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like it would have been, it would have been a rug with a line,
black with white lines. That's
you
it.
would have been able to tell it's a rug. It's a rug.
Right.
It'd have been clear.
Well,
and then like really blowing it away though. Like Fabrienne, like
that.
Feb,
so
this
good.
was a picture
that is
shared
adorable.
in my Discord, guys. And I was like, when I saw this, I thought that was like the pencil. I thought was an actual object. I'm like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, no, that was actually
because they put shadows underneath it. Oh, it looks so good.
That looks so good.
You literally added a shadow underneath the pencil to make it look like it's kind of like sitting on this piece of paper. I was just like, how did your brain work like that?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
Explain.
Kristen brings up a good point. This is why I hope with DreamSnaps that we're able to download each other's patterns.
Oh my gosh.
And I think it would be cool to feature everyone's different patterns. So like, what if you, oh my gosh, what if you could publish it?
Stop.
I have to tell you guys that I think Dreamlight Valley is going to go in this direction. I'm like 90% sure that in the future, at some point, with as much as we can customize individual items, I don't see a reason why they will not make it to where we have some sort of gallery where we can download clothing, furniture, and things like that people have created. Because just imagine the more that they add in, the more clothing we can customize, the more clothing we can customize, the more furniture that we can customize. Like the possibilities are endless. Like it'll
Mhm.
be very similar to Animal Crossing, where you
Yeah.
can go on and get like if you
Custom
want like a
codes.
custom
Custom
pathway or
codes.
something. Yeah.
We could do custom
Like
code shopping. That would be so
Ah!
cute. That would be so cute.
it would be so cool. And I just think that it would just be so fun to like integrate some kind of feature like that in Scrooge's shop, because how quickly would you guys buy some of these rugs that look like roads so you don't have to make them, or even this rug that's like so creatively done? Like, I don't know. I'd be
Because
100%.
that, like, I would absolutely do it. Like that little rug would look so cute in like a kid's room.
I
Yeah.
know.
Like so cute.
Isn't it? It
Do
just
like a
looks,
kid's core room.
it's so crafty.
I want that
It's
rug
so
in real life for Aiden's playroom.
I know.
Like,
that's
Where can we
adorable.
buy?
Yeah.
Where can we buy it?
It is very cute.
That is so adorable.
Well,
I love it. And
that was fun.
yeah.
Yeah. Featuring, I love looking at people's stuff. And I agree with you, what you said earlier about just like seeing other people's stuff for inspiration.
Yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited, because seeing things like this online, I just take screenshots of it and I'll look at a screenshot like while I'm building and stuff. But like to be able to have that feature in the game with so many different minds working and stuff, like I think we're going to see some really cool builds, some really cool pictures. I think the feature is going to bring a new depth and like dimension to this game that is going to be exactly what we need for in between updates. So
For sure.
yeah,
For
it'll
sure.
be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. And happy to highlight some of you guys' some of the community's builds too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Which
if
I think that'll
you-
be really cute with the dream snaps also, is just being able to like, shop through people's ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want us to feature you, maybe we can make it a regular thing. If you
Yeah.
create something and you want to post it, I think we both have a Valley Talk podcast section in our Discord, and you can post it over there. Maybe I can make a separate section for it. I don't know, but we can
Maybe
have
a
a little
thread?
section. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
maybe
can
do that in, like,
potentially
a
feature
hashtag.
some. Yeah.
Like do hashtag
Ooh,
Valley
yeah.
Talk under it or something, so
Yeah.
that we know that you want this to, because I do want to ask permission. I asked Feb for their permission before I, just threw it up here. So like if you do hashtag like Valley Talk or something, then we'll know that you're open to letting us, feature it if it does get featured on the podcast. So yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That
I could
is.
just add it to my little, yeah, so we could tag it in the existing sections. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
And it'll be
that's
easier for you guys to find too if people put it on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Hashtag Valley
Hashtag
Talk.
Valley Talk.
That's
How
yeah,
cute is
oh my God.
that?
Post your builds to your favorite social media platform with hashtag Valley Talk. I would love.
And we'll look through them.
Sweet.
Ooh,
And you'll be able to
yeah.
look
that's
through
a good
it.
idea.
I love
Cute.
it.
See? Big brain.
Okay.
Someone said, what characters do you think they will release that we need to pay for? I feel like that's an interesting question.
I'm hoping none. My initial thought was it will be characters like Timon and Pumbaa,
Mhm.
like little side characters,
Okay.
Mushu.
Oh my goodness. I would love
Stuff like
Mushu.
that. That
Yeah.
is where my brain initially goes. People who
Mhm.
I think the outrage would be way too much if they put Belle
Main characters. Yeah.
under it,
Cinderella, Belle.
Yeah,
Cinderella.
they can't do that.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hope it's that way. My only concern is like if they're looking at how they can make the most money, it's definitely going to be off of
Come on,
forcing kids.
Mushu would make a lot of money.
I would totally pay for Mushu.
I agree. But like if they put Cinderella behind a paywall,
Yeah.
if they put Belle behind a paywall, which we know is not going to happen, but like, if they put some of these like, hardcore, these are the ones that we grew up with, like, people are going to be like, well, I have to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I don't think that they're going to put characters behind paywalls. I think that if that's something they do consider to do, they're looking at a real rough ride for the future of the game. So
For
but-
sure.
interesting to think about for sure.
Mhm.
I think I'd be buying though if it was like Mushu or
I
Timon and
know.
Pumbaa. Unfortunately,
I would
got
too.
to get them into the valley.
Yeah.
Courtney asked, do you guys think there will be new companions in the new biomes? And if so, what type of animal would you like it to be? Yes.
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 And if it's a desert, I'm thinking maybe like
Like a lizard?
some type of like reptile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a lizard or a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love, and I know this sounds so basic, but I would love like a cat or dog.
I want a cat.
Oh yeah, that would be so
Yeah.
cute. Or if
Like
they did like a
cats or
jungle,
dogs.
No
imagine a
dogs,
little monkey.
just cats.
Oh, just cats. Steph, what did you say? You said
I said if they did like a jungle biome and we had like a little baby monkey,
I would
Stop
literally,
it.
I would never
Stop
change.
it.
I would literally never
Stop
change
it.
a monkey companion. That would be with me forever. I would
Forever.
also like to see that the companions, instead of just like chasing you around on the ground, like maybe like a monkey, like when you stop running, they'll come and jump up on your shoulder.
That
while
would
you're
be
like,
Oh my
so-
goodness. Stop it. That would
You
be
know,
so
like,
cute.
even with the birds, like if you're running around with one of the birds that are floating
They
behind
just
you, like when
land.
you stop, they land on your shoulder, or like you hold out your arm and they land on your arm, and it's just like a sitting position when you're standing still. Like I feel like that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing they need to do, they've got to give us a way, I'm going to say it every single podcast, to customize the companion houses.
Yes,
Please.
please.
I don't want that
Please.
yellow and red.
No.
The yellow and red is cute, but it can only fit in one area, and that's literally over there by Mickey and their
Right.
houses, because it's exactly their kind of like style. But
Because I want to have
Yeah, I
one in like every biome with the
Yeah.
different critter, or like kind of like
Critters,
all
yeah.
over. Like I'm trying to like create them and hide them in places so I can have certain critters to different styles
Like
in my
biomes and stuff.
valley, but
yeah.
it's so
And
hard.
somebody said companion clothing. Courtney said companion clothing. And let me just say, if you added, I hate to say this, it's so bad, but like if they added companion accessories into the premium shop, I'd probably buy companion accessories that could be applied to any companion that you have. I'd buy those over like a companion any day. Just
Yeah.
because I think to accessorize
Right.
companions would be super cute.
Give me a
Um,
little suit for Pua and I will lose my mind.
That's
Oh.
it.
That is my
It's a done deal. But you know,
That's a
and
done deal.
And TJ, I like TJ's mentioned more fireflies. I would love for them to add more little details like that, like how we have the
Mhm.
butterflies and the fireflies like that.
Mhm.
In all of the biomes, they have their own little lively like thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite biomes I have right now is my plaza because I have the Dreamlight Valley trees in it. And so like
Yeah.
it's just sparkling everywhere as I walk through it
So
and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Halloween costumes for
good.
companions.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Stop
it was so
it.
good.
Stop it. I want it
Yeah.
right now. Take my money.
That would
Take
be
all
cute. I think they'll go
my
more
money.
of the route of like Halloween specific companions though.
companion. Yeah.
Like
Do
a
Like we
bat.
have our citrus turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the raccoon was like the raccoon plush thing. That was cool. It was
Yeah.
different. But I definitely, a bat would be awesome.
Ooh, yes.
Or even like a little spirit ghost or something, like a little puff ghost that kind of follows you behind. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But do you guys think they'll ever give us mounts?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
I know. I want to feel like the gliding was like a first iteration of maybe like a different form of like traveling around the valley, but I would love to see like Aladdin's like the rug or whatever, or something like that for us to like,
Yeah.
you know, but I don't know if it'd be realistic because I feel like it'd almost be too glitchy moving around all of your builds and stuff on mounts, you know?
On mounts. Yeah.
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 It would be nice though if you could somehow have the mount instead of having to constantly recharge. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would make it to where you would still need to glide in certain situations, but like you could have your mount
Yeah.
and you could constantly be moving faster as opposed
Yeah.
to having to eat all the time. I don't know.
What I really would love to see them do is what they've done in Wildflowers, which is when you do the incantation, like if we eat, instead of having to eat and eat and eat, it would be cool if like you had to create like a very special type of dish in the valley that gives you a speed boost for it lasts a certain amount of like
Ooh,
in life.
time.
in real
like
life hours.
time.
Yeah. So like maybe it lasts for 2 hours. And so, but it requires like really rare items or something like that. So that's like the challenge. So you have to collect some of these, not really rare, but like maybe it uses a lot of resources or whatever. But like crafting that and having it last for a couple of hours versus like having to eat constantly, I think would be a much more relaxed way of like not having, because I hate having to stop and eat, stop and eat, stop and eat. Yeah. And then cook and cook and cook, you know?
Or let us get a bigger bar.
Longer bar, something.
Longer bars, something.
I definitely feel like it should last a little bit longer because when you combine fast traveling with like any type of manual labor in the game,
You're done.
You're eating. I could run through 20 fruit salads in a matter of like 10 minutes. So
Yeah. Teddy said, would y'all like to see dream addresses come so we could tour other valleys without them online?
100.
Yes.
I would 100% love that.
And like,
'Cause, like,
it's called Dreamlight Valley. Like,
right.
you could
Dreamlight travel,
easily
baby.
make it.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't have to
Dream
be called a
addresses.
dream address because that's Animal Crossing, but like, you could easily make that a thing.
And I have to say, as a creator, that would be a dream.
That would be
come true.
so. That would be
yeah.
so cool. Imagine like
being-
doing like visiting my members'
That's exactly
islands on Dream.
Yes.
being
Ah,
able
Cute.
to
Dream tours.
yeah, doing dream tours and like incorporating your community, and that would be, I think, absolutely amazing. And again, it's one of those things where like you'll probably never come across a valley that looks exactly the same as someone else's, you know? So like I think that would be amazing, and I really do hope that that's something that we can do in the future, honestly.
Agree.
Yep.
So you want to visit another valley that's going to want to make you delete and start over your valley? Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I want to spiral every other week.
100%.
Kato likes to spiral every day. You were literally
Seriously.
watching my stream the other day and you were like, spiraling again. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm just like, in the moment, I feel happy about something I create until I see something else. And then I'm like, oh,
And that's
well,
it.
I hate everything that I've ever made. I will not.
Or whenever I see someone do something new or start a new save in any game, I'm instantly like, well, I guess my whole thing sucks and I need to start all
No,
over
I
again.
refuse to go to Kim's because everything Kim makes is amazing, and it's just it's like rage inducing. Like I see something that's so good, I'm just like, okay, I'm actually mad right now because
between Kim and Jackie, I can't take it. At this point, I'll just hang it up.
You want a complex? Go follow them. You want to question everything you've ever done in any game? Just follow
like,
those.
Sometimes I'm like, are we actually playing the same game or using mods or something? Like, what is going on? Because how are y'all? Like, I just don't know. I aspire to be like them. Yeah. I do.
One day.
Same.
Maybe. Maybe.
Agree. Okay. Well, we've been talking for a very long time. And I feel like we could continue to talk for ever. So I want to say thank you so much, Steph, for being our first guest.
Thank you so much for having me as your first guest.
I
was so super honored. I was like,
yes.
No, seriously, I really was so like honored. I was like, wait, that's the first guest? Yeah. Sure. And I knew you two were up to something.
We were.
Yes.
And you messaged Steph and were like, hey, Steph. So.
I was like, what are you two up to?
Yeah. So before we go, can you tell everyone where they can find you on the internet?
Yes. So I stream and have videos primarily on YouTube, All Stuff and Games. And I am All Stuff and Games on all platforms. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. It's All Stuff and Games all across the board. Make it easy for you to find me. And I would love to have some of you all come over and join the familia and the chaos that is my streams. If you're looking for like straight up decorating, it barely happens because chat is very distracting, but it's always a good time.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's always a good time, a lot of fun. So come on over, hang out. The community is wonderful. The Lobito Pack is very welcoming. So
yes,
they are.
All Steph and Games on YouTube, guys. Make sure y'all show Steph some love. Get subscribed. We appreciate you so much for sharing your thoughts and opinions with us and spending so much time talking with us. Like we said, it just feels natural. We could just like talk for hours.
Talk forever. Yeah.
I know. It was just really nice to have you though. We're so glad to have our first ever, visitor on the podcast.
I
It's
know.
so
And I'm so
cool.
excited. I'm so excited for the future of the show. I've told you guys all the time just how proud of you two that I am, and you guys putting this together, and all the hard work is definitely noticed. So keep doing this, keep going, because I see a lot for this
Oh.
podcast.
Oh,
Thank you.
Steph, stop it. Get
Oh
out
my
here.
gosh.
Shut the stream
Okay.
off. I'm going to go have a cry.
I can't stand neither one of you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And make sure everybody uses hashtag Valley Talk on your stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
If you want to
It
be
needs to be
featured, if
started.
you want your build to be featured, hashtag Valley Talk. It's your way to get entered into being featured on the podcast.
Yes. And of course, Kay, where can everyone find you on the internet?
Yes, friends. I'm Let's Play K here on YouTube and all other social media platforms. That's TikTok, Twitter, Threads, which we're testing it out,
Right.
and literally anywhere else. But yes, Let's Play K here on YouTube, guys. We play all the cozy games, mainly Dreamlight Valley, but we're into Wildflowers right now, Dinkum, Animal Crossing, all the good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed and come hang out. I'd love to see you guys on a stream.
Yes. And of course, you can find me here on YouTube at Console Kato. I'm on Twitter as well. That is all for episode 3 of Valley Talk. I hope you have a good one.
So much fun.
Bye.
Bye.